If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the live. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing or letting me know at $ 2 cents boxing or letting me know and dropping it below your 2 cents in a super chat.
You know, it's crazy because where I'm from, they say BTA, belt the ass. But I tell them I'm the buckle. It hurt more.
Hi, welcome to the channel. Jay, and this is our 2 cents where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Virgil versus Lubin, who wins. Clarissa Shields shakes the haters off, and Dana White fixing fights. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the live. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the $ 2 cents boxing, or letting me know and dropping it below your 2 cents inside of a super chat. How is everybody doing this evening? Could I please get a sound check? I had some technical difficulties before I came on live today. I wanted to start an hour earlier, but I ran into some technical difficulties, but I got it figured out. So I don't got my setup like I normally do. So let me know and drop it below on a scale of 1 to 10. How is the sound? How is the sound on a scale of 1 to 10? Shout out to everybody joining me. Be sure to punch the like button if you haven't already. Please punch that like button. A lot to talk about, kind of. A lot to talk about. Y'all do know it's ladies' night. Let me drop the link. It is ladies' night, ladies only panel tonight. If no ladies show up after I've been talking for a while, I might open it up to everybody. But come on, ladies, you gotta come through. All right, Kurt say a 9. 10, 10. Okay, that sounds good. All right, all right. J. Will Lee Jackson, Fresh 313. Isaiah, what you doing? Kurt Hurd in the building, says 305. AJ 64, Kadar 13. Ill Will, Mr. Bono. What up, Mr. Bono? All things in the building. What's up, everybody? Punch the like button. Punch the like button. 20 people watching. I should have 20 likes. 20 likes. So, I don't know where to start. I want some more people to pull up in here. I want some more people to pull up in here before we get to shout out to Isaiah. What you doing? He says R.I.P. Victor. He left Devin the juice for the fight. Yeah, R.I.P. Victor Conti. I mean, it's unfortunate. I didn't really hate the man. I just wanted to try to catch him cheating again. It wasn't like I just hated him. And I learned a lot of stuff from Victor Conti. I knew a lot of I watched so much Victor Conti stuff. And it wasn't that he didn't know what he was talking about. I just think the man was, you know, I know how I feel about Victor. I don't need to go into that. But RIP to Victor Conti. We're gonna see what the future un well, what is it? We're gonna see what the future unfolds with that situation. Because I've been hearing some rumors, but I ain't gonna talk about that just yet. So what y'all want to get started? I want to talk about the Vergil versus Lubin fight, or y'all want more people to pull up in? Y'all want me to talk about how Claressa Shields shakes the haters off? Yeah, let's talk about Claressa Shields real quick. Shout out to Claressa Shields. 2 cents. Can we agree Snack ain't got shit on what Ryan was on when he fought Dev? No, we can definitely can't agree on that. Shout out to All Things in the building. He say smash the like button. Shout out to All Things. Let me get y'all All Things with the $2 in the super chat. Shout out to All Things. Shout out to Kurt Hurd with the $10 in the cash app. Let me see if he has something to say real quick. Um, Hold on, yeah. He say I'm trying to buy a new whip, but I'll support as I can. Shout out to Kurt Hurd trying to get him a new whip. I'm still supporting. Shout out to Kurt, man. I appreciate that. Kurt, I mean, listen, everybody that supports the channel, I just want to let you know I really and truly Appreciate your support. And it really means a lot to me because it just shows how much I've grown as a content creator, one, and that you guys really enjoy the content. Kurt say he's trying to save for a car. He's still supporting. He like, you know what? I really enjoy this content. I know I'm trying to save for my car, but I'm gonna slide you a couple dollars because I know the work that you put in. And I love these great point of views and perspectives that you are able to provide to the boxing community and creating a space where we all can come and have different opinions and we all can still just get along. Can we all just get along? All the trolls, y'all need to pay y'all dues. Seriously though, especially if you always in my chat trolling, you definitely should be helping support the channel. Isaiah Hayden, shout out to Claressa T. Rex Shields. Isaiah, what you doing with the $2 in the super chat? Shields made history, first fighter to sign a 360 box deal. Wait, what does that mean? I don't know if I get the joke. I don't know whether I should applaud you, Isaiah, or hit you with the. Let me know. Let me know. Shout out to Key with the T in the building. Shout out, Key. I dropped the link. Let me know if it's still in the chat. I need to drop it again. A lot to talk about. Let's start off with this, right? Because we could talk about the quote and how Layla Ali still hating. If you're not gonna fight, Layla, just be quiet. It's over with. You won the PR war. You got your point across. You did whatever you was doing. It's cool. Just it's cool. You won. Let Claressa rock out. Let Claressa rock out. She just signed her deal, multi-fight deal. And listen, we're gonna talk about Claressa. If whether you like Claressa or not, right? Her personality, she talk too much, she calling out men, all of that, right? You can feel however you want to feel. But in my opinion, her deal, I mean, I haven't really looked too much into the deal or what all of that. We just gonna take it for face value as of right now. Her deal, she deserved that. She earned that. She got it out the mud. And I watched her do it. I've been watching Claressa Shields since before she went to the Olympics the first time. I watched all of it, everything. She got it out the mud. She didn't need to get no sugar daddy. She didn't need to go to the white man like everybody. She need to go to MVP. She need to do this with Jake Paul. She should Jake Paul. Jake Paul. And I kept saying what I say every time somebody says something about Jake Paul. Let chat. What did I say every single time somebody said Claressa Shields needs to go to Jake Paul? I say she don't need the white man. Now whether she got the $8 million from a white man, I don't know. But I'm just y'all get what I'm trying to say. She didn't need to go to Jake Paul. She didn't need to go to Jake Paul. So I mean Isaiah still hating in the chat. Let's be honest. How the Claressa gonna get $8 million for 2 years, but had a fake ass $15 million check for Layla? That shit was gonna bounce. Let's stop. How do you know that? Come on, Isaiah. Come on, bro. How do you know that? You don't. And like I said, we're having this conversation with the $8 million at face value. That's what we're doing right now. We can break it down and hate on it later. But that's what she said. She's on the news saying it. She was sitting with her promoter. You know what I'm saying? Like they all up their line. They all up their line. You cannot. She got it. She did it. She built herself up. She built her brand up. She went and got all the accolades. I don't want to hear nothing about it's not that many good women fighters. Okay, that's not her fault. It's quote unquote not that many good women fighters. And if it ain't that many good women fighters, How come the other women fighters ain't snatching up all the accolades like she did and coming right behind her and do it? I'm just asking. Let me know. Y'all know. Listen, I'm just asking. I'm just here to make you think. I'm just here to make you think. You got a girl from Flint, Michigan. She ain't even have clean drinking water. Damn near third world country. You know they got lead in the water that mess with them kids' development out there. That mess with their frontal lobes and shit. Y'all know they not all together in Flint, Michigan. Come on, man. They ain't even have clean drinking water. So what y'all expecting? Y'all crying about some class and sophistication and listen, man. I don't listen. Fuck all that. Claressa Shields created her own lane, whether you like her or not. She didn't join the mean girl crew and go run over there to Jake Paul, who decided he wants to get on the internet and start pandering to women with the Javante Tank situation. But that's another conversation. We might have it later. Did I drop the link for you? Because, and maybe I'm all over the place right now, but I'm gonna let some more people pull up in here. But shout out to Claressa T. Ray Shields. If you want to debate me on it, we can debate, even though it ain't nothing to debate. It is what it is. Like her, hate her. She created her own lane. She got it out the mud. She did what she wanted to do. This what she did right here. And this why people mad.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So, do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion. You know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the fuck you wanna do.
You see this jet? You see this jet? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. That shit funny to me when he move his hands like that. It looks so unnatural. Like, why are you moving your hands like that, Mayweather? It looks like he bullshitting. But I feel what he's saying. That's what Claressa say. That's what Claressa say. They doing good, you gonna criticize. Bad, they gonna criticize. Layla Ali came out with the slander campaign. Even though now that everything has played out, I kind of got a different perspective about that. But we'll get into that later. Claressa is the first in history to sign a rap boxing 360 deal with Papoose. And if I'm being honest, Claressa on BET Spin Bars was dog shit. You know, that shit was horrible. She actually does rap better than that. I think I've played some of her videos on here before. I ain't playing them no more because they copyrighted me, but that shit didn't even make sense that she did that. I don't even understand why she made a fool of herself like that. But I think I do. But we're not gonna get into that. Shout out to Alan Sostan with the $5 in the cash app. Listen, y'all, I told y'all I'm on a different type of device, so bear with me. Shout out to Alan Sostan. I mean, I don't know what kind of deal she signed. It's only for 2 years, allegedly. That's what she said in the thing. It's a 2-year multi-fight deal. Because they asked her how many fights, and she didn't answer. She said it's a 2-year multi-fight deal. So I'm like, what does that mean? Does that mean you gonna fight however many times you can in 2 years? Does that mean you gotta fight 3 fights in 2 years? But like I said, we're not getting into all that. I just said we taking it at face value. I'm not, y'all. Come on now, we ain't trying to think that hard. We ain't trying to think that hard. Let me pin the link. Let me pin the link. So Isaiah hating hard in the chat. Damn. So Isaiah, you think her manager, her promoter, the dude with the little small hat, that's the Salida promoter dude, I think, and all them people was sitting up there on the stage capping? I'm just curious. Nah, Tez, you gotta go look up her other stuff. Don't go off that Layla video. Layla was hating. She was being petty. She was being petty. But I mean, she's getting better. I'll say that. She's getting better at her raps. No, it's not, Isaiah. Stop lying. Don't make me play one of her. If I play one of her videos, Isaiah, you're gonna have to drop something in the super chat because they're gonna copyright my stuff. You exaggerating in my chat. So let's talk about this since we got a couple of people in here real quick, right? Brian Norman, Devin Haney, big fight coming up. I'm gonna play it just because you hating, Isaiah. I'm gonna play it just because you hating. Where your comment go? I should play it just because you hating. So put a one in the chat if you've heard somebody say the 147 division is trash. Put a one, drop a one in the chat. Or if you feel like the 147-pound division is trash, put a one in the chat, please. I'm gonna just take a poll real quick. I want to try to figure out how to make them polls like I be doing. Put a one in the chat if you feel like the 147 division is trash, dumpster fire, ass juice. So I keep hearing around the YouTube streets that Brian Norman is what? Claressa tweeted out they only go to her fights because she has a juicy fat ass. When did she tweet that? Anyway, Brian Norman Jr. Okay, here we go. Put a two in the chat if you feel like Brian Norman Jr. is the best fighter at 147 pounds. Put a two in the chat. If you feel like he's the best, hands down. If you feel like he's the best fighter at 147 pounds, can you please put a two in the chat? This for you, Isaiah. Put a two in the chat. I only see no twos in the chat. Well, I guess the two centers in this chat don't believe that, or that's not their sentiment that Brian Norman Jr. is the best fighter. Oh, Blaze P for P said he believes he's the best fighter. Okay, J Main say he believes he's the best fighter. Okay, so now this is my sentiment about the 147-pound division, right? And I've said this on a couple panels, but I don't think I've said it on my show. And I'm just my 2 cents. I'm just here to make you think. So I feel as though the 147-pound division, even though y'all may feel this is trash because I guess the fighters aren't up to your, level of what you feel like is above trash. The 147-pound division to me is going to be very interesting to watch to see how it all unfolds. Because if y'all believe the 47-pound division is trash, then that would mean you're going to get more of the fights that you've been crying and asking for that you want, hardcore fans. You're going to get more 50-50 fights if everybody's trash, which would imply that they're all on the same level. So you're going to get more 50-50 fights, and the fights will be competitive because they're all trash and they're all on the same level. Now, it's not like they can't fight, like they just F level fighters. No, they're not F level fighters. They just not elite top A plus plus fighters. So to the I don't know if this is a casual or a hardcore fan sentiment. The whole division is trash because they don't have any quote unquote elite fighters in the division. Now, by the time the 147-pound division shake up, by the time the 147-pound division shake up, maybe they will graduate from B plus A to elite after they, go run through this gauntlet and get these fights off. So I don't think right now you can declare anybody the best fighter at 147 pounds because we have to let the division shake up. We have to let them all fight each other to see who's the best. Because you can't definitively say Brian Norman is the best 47 pounder. How? Who else is Brian Norman that you could just definitively say that Brian Norman gonna beat at 147 pounds? Nobody. Just like you can't definitively say Devin gonna beat nobody at 147 pounds. There's nobody that's just so levels above everybody that you feel comfortable enough saying, "Oh, this person for sure gonna beat this person." And even when you feel like somebody for sure gonna beat that person, that don't always shake out. But you don't. There's like think about the matchup. Think about the people. So that's just like the point I kind of want to make with that, with the whole, oh, if Devin beat Brian, he gonna be Brian's the best at, like, no. I mean, we can say that to sell the fight or whatever we trying to do, but if we're honest,
Honest. Since we being honest,
we can't definitively say that Brian Norman Jr. is the best at 147 pounds because, and I hate when people say this. I can't stand when people say this, but like, who he fought? And I don't mean that in like I'm just saying, like, who has he fought to display whatever y'all feel is making him be the best fighter at 147 pounds when you got Karen, you got Rolly, you got Ryan, you got other people at the 147-pound division. Now, y'all can feel like, oh, they just F level fighters if you want to, but that's just not the truth. He beat highly ranked guys. Okay. He beat highly ranked guys. He beat highly ranked guys. Okay. But does that makes him the best at 47? That makes him the best at 47. Bobby, we talking about the 147 division. Stay on topic. Unless you're talking to somebody else. We're not talking about boots right now. Blaze People V say Brian Norman Jr. destroyed his opponent to capture the title and then destroyed his two opponents in title defenses. So that makes you the best in the division? That don't make you the best in the division. You gotta fight everybody, y'all. Like, you gotta fight more people. You gotta shake up. There's some new people in the division now. But I mean, if you feel like he's the best in the division, that's cool. But I just feel like I want to see everybody fight everybody before me personally. I just say, um, Key with the T, is that you in the back? I don't know who this is. Turn your camera on. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Gotta watch the trolls now. Key with the T in the building. What up, Key?
Hey, Queen. I'm sorry, I'm watching this Tiger Johnson. They just walking in. And I first of all, who booked this venue for them? 2 cents. Who did this?
I ain't even watching it. What is on?
Girl on Pro Box on YouTube. And it's just is given very $150 dollar-ish. Like we only got this to put together and we
I
gonna make it
mean,
do what it I would say this is the one of the baddest qualities I've seen of pro boxing. Normally I'm good. The fights they've been straight. They've been okay. The last
it's
fight,
like
this
B. It's
guy
giving BLK Prime.
is given, yeah, but way better quality. At least BOK Prime videos be grainy and the production is horrible. Pro Box has a good production. It's just inside this venue. It's like, okay, you know how you have a gym, a school gym, and they tape off like a fourth of it, and
Mm-hmm.
then they put the ring in the middle and put the chairs around. That's what it is.
Hold on, let me look it up. Let me look it up. I'm not about to play with you,
Who
Key. I'm
did
not about to
this?
play with you.
Paulie got an eye patch on. Lord Jesus, his eye still ain't healed, Blaze.
Oh Lord, I've been seeing him with some
God,
shades
please.
on. I don't watch Polly.
Paulie been going off lately though. Like I gotta
Polly
give it to
always
him.
whining about something. What he been going? I don't watch Polly. He annoying to me. Like, dude,
Well,
come
only
on.
on I only see his Twitter. His Twitter, he be snapping a little bit. I'm like, okay, Paulie, look at Paulie trying to be impartial for once.
Not that he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, yeah. Eye injury like that can change you. Have you seen
That's not
God,
funny, right?
looking at life a different whole way, literally and figuratively. Um, oh, Allen's be nice. Oh, come on, all things. Y'all be cutting up.
Well, I was yeah, I was going on about the 147-pound division. They saying Brian Norman Jr. is the best in the division, and I don't
Wait,
feel
what,
like there
what, what,
is a
what, what?
Brian Norman Jr. is apparently the best in the division.
I don't know. I don't know. I gotta see.
That,
Mm-mm. I don't
I
know.
feel like I gotta see it
Rolly,
shake up.
kinda.
I gotta
Huh?
see the division shake up. We gotta see them all fight each other. It is no best in the division right now.
Yes, yes, I feel you. But I think that as far as the competition level, and what occurred within a year, I would give that title. I could make an argument for Rolly. Cause Rolly, let's keep it 105. Like Rolly upset the algorithm. You
I
feel me? Like
mean, I feel
this,
like
you know what
Rolly
I'm
got a
saying?
chance. He definitely got a chance. I feel like he got a shot to be undisputed at 147. I think he got a shot to actually do that. People gonna be hating though, but we'll see. We'll see. J Man
There's a
96 said I
lot
think
though,
he's
because
sleeping
I
on
don't think
Norman.
that. Go ahead, Susan. I'm sorry.
Oh, he said I think he's sleeping. No, I'm not sleeping on Norman. I'm not saying that Norman can't beat Devin. I'm not saying that. Like, I just think Devin will win, but that don't mean I just don't think that Norman can't win. I could
My
definitely see a path to Norman winning.
my wild card at 147 is Karen. Low key, I ain't even finna
Oh,
lie to
Karen
y'all.
Cougar Dodson, yeah, he up there
Yeah,
too.
he's
He up
my
there
wild
too.
card. I don't think a lot of people is gonna be able to beat him. He
Hmm.
tough now. He tough. He another
Name a
tough one.
name a name another fighter that gave Boots a hard time, a difficult time, I guess.
And nobody.
Nobody but Karen.
Karen, and then he came back a few weeks ago. Styled on that dude overseas, but Karen could be that wild card at 147. I'm not
And
gonna
that's
lie to
what
you.
I told somebody earlier. I was like, can Brian Norman beat Karen Cougar Dodson?
Shoot, can Ryan, can Devin, can
Nope,
Mario
nope.
Barrios, can who else at one? Suleiman Cisco, can he? Like, there's a couple of them. I'm scratching my head. Like, I don't know now. Why is everybody got on pink? Is it Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
I don't know, but why is this stand so wide?
Who you got? Nicholas Flaws or Tiger Johnson?
I'm just watching. This nigga
I
getting
think I
popped
got
though.
Tiger.
This
Great minds
flies
think
need to
alike.
get
Crucial.
this
Okay, you
flies
were
need to get dropped.
you were talking about damn. You were talking about. I think Tiger get it.
Yeah,
I'm
he
rooting
not
for
getting his head
Tiger.
off the line. Look, he walking straight into that jab.
He might mess around and get dropped.
He gonna get dropped because he walking straight into that jab.
Yeah.
You see how he
Um.
look when he jab? Look how he reaching in and look how his head coming over his knee. See? See? Anyway, yeah, what you was saying?
Ooh, nice hit. Um. Okay, I was listening to your Clarissa Shields talk. I'm very proud of
Mm-mm.
Clarissa. I wasn't able to say it earlier. I'm very proud of Clarissa. Very. But okay, so I have I have a little reservation though. I
Uh
do
oh.
for 2 cents.
What you got?
I'm just praying that man, I'm just praying that Papoose don't. You feel me? Like
I mean, I don't think she knows. I just would think she would take care of her shit, her money, and would not be just that.
cause you know that I think that
Like she not that digmatized.
I don't know 2 cents she did go to that press conference. Well, her breast halfway showing, halfway not, to show off that tattoo that's underneath her breast, and she says she's getting his name tatted somewhere else. I don't know 2 cents.
She was trying to go
She's
viral.
giving. She's okay. So you need two tattoos. She's giving Krishan
Wait,
Rock.
she got two?
She says she's about to get his name tatted again on her.
She tripping.
I'm just not. I just don't want. Like she works so hard. I'm pretty sure, but again, I think that that record label that she signed with a part of this deal. Um, I think Papoose is working with them too.
Right.
Is that true?
I don't know. Is it? He's the one that got her that 15 million.
Mm, okay. All right, 2 cents. Go ahead, Clarissa.
It's a
Go
little.
ahead.
It's a little like handlerish. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I okay now. What's the percentage that Papoose get with that him and Remy Ma's deal with the battle rap? Cause Remy's
Oh.
that battle rap just got picked up. Somebody in the chat look it up for me. It's a she's doing something else. It's something else. It was just announced and I forgot to save it so that we can discuss. But Remy Ma's about to do something else, and I was wondering like okay.
Look, Isaiah
Um,
say, yeah, it's true. Papoose works alongside them. Been doing it for 3 years now.
oh, okay. Because I wonder since they're still married legally, technically, even though they're separated and they're going through a divorce. I wonder if Papoose is gonna try to pull a offset on on Remy.
Oh,
On Remy. I wonder if he gonna try. Offset asking for half. He said he built Cardi B's career and everything. So I wonder if Papoose gonna get on that, with the battle rap because word on the curb was that Papoose was writing a lot of Remy Ma verses, and we know for sure that he writing Clarissa's. Now we can't stun on that one. Not 2 cents.
ain't nothing
We
wrong
know
with that.
he. And no, it ain't nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, if they was to
Hey,
break up, I
it
wonder.
sound like Clarissa might be the one that's playing the game.
Mm,
You got
yeah, Tiger Johnson
Papoose.
look good.
He writing your
Huh?
rhyme. You got this deal now. Like we got to figure out what's going on for real.
I like what I'm seeing from Tiger. 2 cents.
You looking good.
There he is. First of all, it was this Hispanic fighter 2 fights ago, girl. His last name is Valet, right? Girl, he had a bro. It looked like his brother, girl. 2 cents. We gotta find. I gotta. You gotta help me find him, girl. He was so fine. I'm like, good
Valet.
God. Man, his. I think Valet's. I think that's his brother. I don't know who was, but I know they from Puerto Rico. I'm like, yo, I forgot Puerto Ricans get down like that. Like, golly, I forgot Puerto Ricans be fine like that, man. That don't make no
Right.
sense.
Ooh, got him with the uppercut. But I don't know, Key. We're gonna have to see what happens. Cause she said it's only 2 years though. Isaiah keep talking about a 360 deal.
Mm, for eight,
Damn, you think
she
Papoose?
says
You think
more. She
Papoose
said,
trap? You
huh?
think Papoose trapped her into a bad contract?
No, I'm just hoping that you know what I'm saying. That she protecting her coins.
Her assets.
Look, Jesse Smollett's sister, Journey. You remember, you know her, right?
Hmm.
Co-actress. I've been watching her since I was a kid. Very underrated actress. She divorced her husband, and she pays him monthly. Spouse. Okay, first of all, to the kings in the chat, I'm not. This ain't no diss to y'all or nothing like this. Okay, but we're talking about the breadwinners of the relationship, right? Then who else? It was Holly Berry had to pays um that little Hispanic or Italian dude she was with. Um Cardi trying to Offset trying to take her to the dang on cleaners. And I just be wanting. I'm not saying that Papoose is not successful or anything and that he don't treat her right. I never get in between, somebody that I was always taught you can't compete with somebody that said the same pillow as you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna work out for you. But what I will say is I hope that she's protecting herself because it's not like Papoose is um on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me his top 5 songs of all time.
But that must not be how he made his money.
Well, ever since Remy came out and said what he did to her, look, I'll be damn if Clarissa end up like that. Like she worked hard.
What did he do? Exactly.
Remy
I don't know.
said,
I didn't really follow the story like that.
well, Remy said that Papoose when she was locked up, she came back home to nothing, that he had spent all the money when she wasn't tripping because everything was getting paid and everything. But she had to get to work. She was basically the breadwinner. She put everything on. I mean, but I told you I didn't like how he was still with Clarissa, but still had his things over at Remy House. My father always taught me is that where a man lays his hat is where his home is. So
Mm-hmm.
ever since then,
And
I
he
just been
ain't filing paper.
apprehensive. Yes, until Remy told him and put it on blast again. So
That's
I'm just a
crazy.
little, but that's my girl. I'm very proud of her. I just want her to protect herself. Cause anybody,
But like,
both
cause
men
like, why are
and
you
women.
sitting up here with me? I'm like, nigga, get up. Why is you sitting up here with me? You feel me? Like, why are you up here? Like, is he her manager or something? Like,
Yes, yes, he plays. I think he is her manager. It would only make sense with everything that they're doing. That would make sense to me.
well, we gotta watch it play out, Key. We're gonna have to watch it play out. Definitely a new chapter in Clarissa Shields' life and her career that I'm going to continue to follow. That I've been following
Yeah, I'm very
since
proud of her. I'm gonna definitely
the
follow
beginning.
too. Yeah, I'm very
Oh,
proud of her.
okay, Isaiah, we're gonna see if she signed the 360 deal. You don't know what that woman signed. She said she signed it for 2 years, a multi-fight deal for 8 M's. Why you keep saying she signed the 360? That ain't what she said.
I think he's maybe looking at the music and the boxing. because I think it's a music deal in there too. I'm not sure. I think it's smart though, because I'm praying that she owns the royalties and the credits and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like she gets a big chunk of it and she don't get gypped, basically.
I think she
Get the
probably
other
did her
stuff.
due diligence, Key.
Yeah. I hope so
I,
too.
I hope she
Now in
did,
2 years we come back and we hear a negative story. I'm coming right to you and like 2 says, now what the hell didn't happen?
I know we gonna wait and see. We don't have to watch the story unfold. Key. We gonna have to watch because from the
Masters,
beginning,
yes, masters. There you go too. Uh-huh.
from the beginning, this Papu thing is always kind of like, yeah.
The beautiful Queen Jupe is in the building. Hey girl.
Shout out Jupe. I just dropped the link for you, Jupe. Jupe that Jupe. But yeah, I'm happy for it. That's why I said right now we just gonna take everything for face value. We ain't gonna deep dive too much. Let's just be happy.
Oh, and a positive note, when he just said, I think that was Isaiah who said the 360 deal. Jay-Z was in a 360 deal starting out, and he hustled and bought himself out of everything. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it sometimes them 360s.
that's a different rabbit hole to go down to Jay Z.
Oh my God, is he okay? Girl, Nicholas just went down.
I told you he was gonna get dropped, kid. Didn't I say he was gonna get dropped?
Yeah, Nicholas is how is he he's hurt.
He was saved by the bell.
He was saved by the bell.
That boy done. Look at his face.
I like his little mohawk though. How he get dropped? Oh damn.
Jupe
Ooh.
on the panel. What up, Jupe?
What up, y'all? Hey, ladies.
Salute Queen.
What's going on? Oh my God! Right as I was coming on, I just saw him get dropped. Like, oh my God, he actually was just, landing some good stuff on Tiger. Wow.
He left
Anyway,
himself open.
yeah, he did. He did. He got some holes. But yeah, I'm just catching up. I just got on, so I'm hearing y'all talking about. I'm assuming the Guo and her new deal. Congratulations to her.
Yes. I
Um,
was just saying where I'm happy for her. I was just saying, Jude, that I hope
Yep.
she's protected. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust Papoose yet. I'm still, on the fence. That's all I was saying.
and I
Yeah,
think
because
okay, and I try
it's
my
like he
best.
doing too much.
So yeah, like I try to keep it boxing and not as much. Ooh, Tiger going for bro
Oh
code.
my God. Oh my God. Did you see that?
Yes, come on, Tiger. Um, I try not to get in people's personal business too much. Like I try to keep it boxing as much as possible. So the deal to my understanding is boxing and music. My only concern with that is that people who do boxing know boxing, and people who do music. I guess the industries can have some similarities, but they're different. And also, I don't understand like this whole music thing. It's just, I mean, at this point, she's 30. She's not as I don't know. She's just trying things and just doing it all. That's fine. I don't get the music part, but hey, she wants to try it. But I just don't know if like this is the people are the people that you sign to. Is this something they do? Is music something that they do and they know what they're doing? You know what I'm saying?
It's weird, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like trusting Papoose. That's not really like a personal thing because this is like his record label and all this going on. So it's
Oh,
like,
it's his record label.
or he's affiliated with it or associated with it. We don't really know because I heard it was his label that got the $15 million for the Layla Ali fight. That Win Records was like his shit, and so I'm like, when did Papoose get a record label? And then somebody was saying he been working with them for 3 years. So I'm like, when did he start working with a record label? And so it's just a lot of
Ooh.
questions. And it's like, me and
Oh
Keith
my
was like,
God.
is he like her manager or something? Like what type of like inner business workings do they have? That's what we mean like when we don't know if we trust
Run, Flies. Run. Get the hell out of
Baby,
there.
he getting the beats by Dre.
Who says you see this girl? I feel so bad. Oh my God, call his mama.
Oh Lord.
Where's the ambulance? Call the ambulance. Oh my God, he gonna have a
He is not
concussion.
moving his
Drop him.
head.
He won't keep his head off the line.
Right. I was about
Oh,
to say
is
he's
he
not
on?
moving his. Oh,
He knocked on his feet, bro. They should call this fight. That's it.
he's
Come
getting
on, y'all. That's it. Ref,
he's getting
stop it, ref.
battered. Move your head, baby. Move
Ref,
your head.
throw him over the ropes. Throw him over.
Did you just tell him to do my time of love?
Yes, throw him over the ropes. Save yourself. Save
Oh,
yourself.
he done. Dang, that boy slid down in slow motion. Y'all seen that?
Oh my God.
Oh, he can't walk. It's over.
Oh, it's
Oh
over.
Still
my
count.
God.
Ref,
Oh
it's
my
over.
God.
Jesus.
But no, hell no, ref. Come on, this ref was tripping.
Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my God, he drunk. Yeah, save the baby. Save the baby.
Oh
That
my
ref was about to let him
Jesus.
go back out there, y'all.
Tiger look
That
cute.
is
How old is
cool.
Tiger? Tiger in his third. He
He
kind of
could
cute.
not walk up. Oh, he was drunk. Oh,
Watch how
wow.
he slide down in slow motion.
It's like he fell in parts.
It's like, yes, he's up. That's it.
Oh,
They look
oh
at
my
him.
God.
Yo,
Baby,
why is
see,
all the corners cute tonight? Pro Box, what y'all got going on up
you
over
said the
there?
corner cute.
Girl.
You like, who him? Who's that?
His shoulder messed up, y'all.
I'm writing a boxing commission. They shouldn't have had that baby up in the.
Bing,
Oh my
bing,
God.
bing,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
bing,
Okay, y'all ain't got to show the
bing,
replay.
bing. Oh, he out on his feet. He out on his feet.
That's what I. Yes, he was drunk.
Oh, I
That
mean,
ref
his
see him
focus are
stumbling.
so.
That ref
He,
see him stumbling, dog.
yeah, the ref did the right thing.
No,
Cause
the ref
he,
should have been stopped this fight,
yeah,
G.
he probably should have. He probably could have. Cause like it was
Look how he
too.
walking.
I think they didn't because he was still throwing to a part, but it's like I think he was he wasn't really throwing. He was just like trying to divert punches, but he's not moving his head, and he's not. Yeah, that
He
was
needs
bad.
some milk.
He needs some, and he really needs to go to get observation. That was a
Now
lot.
the ref bogus because he had his back turned to him while he was counting. The
He
ref should have
was
called it
exactly.
right
You
there.
seen that,
He
Key?
gonna
You
let it. He
seen
gonna
that,
let it go
Key?
a couple more
I did see
seconds.
that.
He gonna go and turn him around and keep counting.
I think
He
he
was
was
about to
trying
let
to
him go
save
back
him
out
though,
there,
because
Key.
I think Flies was the favorite.
I think he was too. I gotta check it,
Yeah.
but
He
that
was
was
about to
that
let him
was
go back out
that
there,
that
Key.
was a whooping. Like, that was a
So he won. Tiger Johnson wasn't supposed to win.
huh?
Tiger Johnson wasn't supposed to win.
I don't know. Let me
No,
check that out.
I think Flies was the favorite.
Let me see. I don't know. I know
That
Flies.
was
I
a
know
that was. I
Flies
wish
was
I would
the
have.
Flies is apparently the ASAT. He came out last. I don't know if
I
that
wish I
means
would have known
anything.
that. I would have bet on this fight because ain't no way he was
For
finna win when he
real.
was getting his head off the line.
Oh, look at that. Oh Lord. Get that ice ready. Oh, and I want to say, I don't know if she's coming on tonight, but salute to Jab Queen Boxing. She had Brian Norman Jr. on her channel tonight, I heard. Salute
Shout
to
out
her,
Jab
man.
Queen.
Keep going, Queen.
I need to go ahead and follow that channel. I need to definitely catch her shows. I don't ever see it um on my timeline. Yeah. Oh my God, that last punch as he was going down was brutal.
You
That
think he
one.
gonna come back? You think he'll be okay?
I
He'll
mean,
be
he's
alright.
young. He's young.
He just
He'll be
got his ass
okay.
whooped.
That last punch
Look,
was
look,
a.
look, look how he's still counting. His back is all the way to him. Look, look, he turned him around. Look, look, look.
Thank God
He
the
was
poor
trying
boy
to
ain't
Look at
save
his
breaking
him.
legs. Look at his legs wobbling.
He
noodles,
had that
baby.
Rolly versus Tank wobble, baby.
That was a
Uh,
wobble 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 baby.
he got whooped in that fight. He got whooped in that fight.
You gotta be grateful he didn't break his freaking ankles with that.
But you know what? Shout out to Flats because he got, you know what I'm saying? He kept swinging.
He
He was
did
really trying. He
so
really
hard.
tried.
Ain't no shout out. You got your ass whooped.
Oh,
I
come on,
mean,
2
he
cents.
just
Come
said
on,
he showed some
Queen.
heart. He showed some heart. respect to him for that. But what was I saying about?
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. I think what I was saying. Oh, Miss Clarissa Shields. So my concern is that again, it's hip hop is one, the music industry is one beast, and boxing is another beast. The only person I feel confident in you being able to do both and have a deal where you can do both is Al Heyman, because he started in music and then went to boxing. But he's rare. You know, you don't see too many other people who are able to bounce in between. Rock Nation tried it, and we saw how that failed. So
50 Cent tried it.
Huh?
50 Cent tried it.
Yeah, we've seen people try that, and so I don't like that. And now that I'm hearing it's Papoose Company, again, I'm gonna try to. I love Clarissa. I want the best for her. I get, you know, you're in love, you got your man, you're happy and all that. I'm happy for you. I promise you ain't no hater, but like I think the problem is that some women don't know how to compartmentalize things. Versus this is a business, this is my career, and this is my man on the side. You're going. It's getting dangerous when you're merging the two. Even his wife Remy didn't do that.
True.
And that's very dangerous, which is why Remy's gonna be. It's fine, right? Like this woman, she got a home. Like after her, she got like home streaming service now. Like she doing all kind of stuff, right? She's blit. She's. I'm praying this works okay. I pray that she ends out okay. But I have this feeling. I'm gonna shut up. I'm blessings to her. I'm gonna say, come. I don't want to go
watch it. We're gonna watch it unfold, but it seemed like we already like, don't open the door.
Right, it's like I'm in a horror film, and I'm like, no, don't go up the stairs,
don't run in the forest. Don't run in the forest.
It's like, right, don't go out the forest, don't fall, don't trip. And like I'm seeing some moves that I'm like is bothering me, and I'm just like, I pray that you don't regret these decisions. And I just. It's like I remember she was I saw some type of interview and she was like, oh, it's all Papoose and blah 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 and da da da. Like you're on record saying all this, so if things end, you think he ain't gonna come for you legally? Like I don't understand why she don't.
I don't know no better, Juke. She don't know no better, y'all. She don't know no better.
At that age, I knew better. I knew better before then.
Like, I mean, but it seemed like Papoose her first boyfriend. She been fighting all her life. She don't know nothing about.
But no, she had a fiance before him.
Yeah, but that ain't the same.
What? 2 cents? Come on, they was engaged. 2 cents. Don't do that.
She's been like two since she started. This is her third like long term. If I remember, because I think she's.
Clarissa Shields is acting like this is her first real boyfriend, y'all. Come on, tell me I'm lying.
I mean, I agree. That's how she's acting. But even then, like, I didn't act like that with my first boyfriend. Like, it ain't that deep.
But I'm just saying the way she's acting is like, oh my God, like you getting the nigga name tatted. He's still married. He's still married. Like, he can't even really just commit to you like that. And he don't even have your name tattooed. Like, what are we doing?
And that's why I'm trying not to go there, because I'm trying to like not go there, but like
I'm going there.
Exactly, 2 cents. And like you're getting tattoos, you're doing all this, like it's like you need to pipe down for a second. You are the GOAT. You are so accomplished. You've done all these great things. Men are great. I'm not saying that like, okay, it's great to have a little boyfriend, little boo. It's great. But you gotta compartmentalize that. Like, okay, this is my boo, and this is my career. This is this, and you just doing too much. Because I'm telling you, these men. She don't know
that how she feeling gonna wear off. She don't know that shit gonna wear off. You ain't gonna feel like that forever.
But her nose is wide open, bro. Like her nose so open, you can roll a bowling ball through it.
May that type of love never find me.
No. Let it find you, but let it be reciprocal. Let it be reciprocal, Juke.
She's getting dick down over there, and she is losing her mind.
Well, he is a skinny dude. They say them skinny dudes be packing.
There's not a. I don't get no. No. Maybe she is. I just maybe I'm cut different. No, I just because you don't see these
Dang it.
male boxers making a whole career about the women they with.
What? Devin just tried to sue his baby mama for damn near $400,000 because he a trick.
Oh, do you know what I heard too? Speaking of Jupe, what you just said, I heard that Shane Mosley Sr. Has a girl that has alienated him from his children and everything. Now that's just word on the curb that I'm hearing about. But but his nose is wide open with this new girl. And guess what? Her background, word on the curb. That's all I'm saying. Word on the
Keep what
curb
you're
is that
saying.
she used to be in extracurricular activities with intimacy.
Huh?
Mm.
She was a I don't want to she was a I guess posed as a sex worker.
She was a
Key,
She
where
was
do
a
you be at? And how did he find all this information?
I
just key with
can't
the
I
T, Joe. Just key with the T,
I
Joe.
know I need to know
that's
what's her
all I heard.
evidently I
Now
see her name is Tea Time, but I promise you, every time I hear from Key, she like, so you know I'm a rub. I'm like, how do you hear this stuff?
yes, girl, because I mean, like I always tell, first of all, I'm in Chicago, so a lot of things come through the city, and my
Oh my
family,
God,
I've
I'm Chicago too.
oh well, good, a shout out, girl, and
What up, girl?
yes, and a lot of my cousins, a couple of my cousins have worked in the music industry. I have my ex, he's been in the music industry and everything and entertainment and stuff. So a lot of things just slide my way
He's
and I'd
not
be
trying
like,
to say too much.
interesting.
He's not
Right.
trying to say too much.
Just interesting. But that's what I heard about. So speaking of what y'all was talking about, I'm waiting on some more details, but it appears that Shane Mosley might be in a trick bag right now too. Senior, not junior, senior. I'm like,
Man,
dang, they got
listen.
him.
Hey, you gotta watch yourself out here, man. Everybody trying to get everybody. It's not just the women doing it, men doing it too. Men doing it too. But
I know he bet not. I promise you, Papoose bet not pull an offset on her. I swear to God.
I mean, the offset thing, that's just kind of weird. He just was never serious at all, in my opinion. But Virgil versus Lubin. So I go to my mama house today, and my brother talking about he about to go out of town. I'm like, where you going? He was, I'm going to Dallas. I was like, you going to the fight? He was like, yeah. I was like, really?
I
You
know
gonna
that's
text
right.
me? You gonna text me today about going to the Lamont Roach pit bull fight, but you're not gonna mention you going to the oh no, it was last minute. I'm like, all right, whatever. You could have told me you was going to the fight. So he's going to the fight, and I just want to have a conversation. Like, first of all, did y'all hear Oscar De La Hoya talking about how Boots don't need to come to the fight and all this other stuff?
Yeah, word on the curb is that fight probably won't be next.
I already knew. Listen, I keep
Oh, he
telling
said
y'all.
that?
Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya is like, watch the fight on TV. Don't come up here, basically.
Wow. So that's let y'all know, ladies. And I like I said, y'all got all the tea. I'm behind. So like last weekend, Halloween, I was in New Orleans. So this whole week I've been getting caught up, and I feel like I'm so behind on boxing news. And so I did hear that Boots was gonna go to the fight. And I'm like, yeah, that's great because everybody keep acting like Boots is afraid of Virgil, which I do not believe. And I never remember. I think we both said it. I never believed that like they were that Golden Boy and Eddie Hearn were ready to make Boots and Virgil next anyways. They were not about to let Virgil get in
Exactly.
that ring with Boots off of that long of a layoff. I don't think it makes sense for that to be Boots' first fight at 154. You want to build that fight. And so I do like that he's going to be at the fight, that he says he's going to be at the fight and all that because, it's showing interest. And now you got this. So I don't wonder how people are going to flip this one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, first of all, we've been crying. Y'all been crying and crying and crying for Virgil to fight Boots, and y'all sitting here talking about y'all don't even know if he gonna be Lubin. So, like,
Okay,
what are
so now 2 cents. I do have my reservations. Did you guys see Virgil Ortiz's picture today? Now the weight was, I think it was like 153 for Virgil, and Lubin had to get naked and he weighed at exactly 154. But the picture, I'm gonna try to find it while we're talking. The picture that I seen, not 2 cents and Jude. He look a little, I
who
don't know,
Virgil look
y'all.
drained?
Virgil look a little sunk in. I'm finna send you the picture. So y'all hold on. Go ahead.
Wait, can you? Are you on the
Lubin look great.
computer? Can you share it? Can you try to share it so I can see if I can share it on here?
No, I'm gonna send it to your inbox. I'm not on the computer. So I'm gonna send it to your
Okay.
inbox. Let me find it real quick.
Send it to 2centsboxing2@gmail.com.
Okay.
Because I'm not, I told you I had some technical difficulties, so I'm on my tablet right now and I can't share my screen. And then I had a bunch of videos for us to go through and review. I had them all done today like I was supposed to, and then I left my charger for my laptop at the office, so I had to use my tablet.
Well, that's
Can I send it to
crazy.
you on Discord? Not to cut you off, Jupe. I'm sorry. Can I send it to you on Discord and you can show it or no?
No, because my daughter got my other phone with the Discord on it.
Okay. I got you. You said 2centsboxing@gmail.
Yeah, let me see if I got that. 2centsboxing2, the number two.
Okay, so
Two.
2centsboxing@gmail.com.
No, 2centsboxing2 at
Oh, okay.
gmail.com.
Got you.
So, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, y'all make sure y'all punch that like button. Punch that like button. So I didn't know Virgil was looking dry. I had to check it
I
out.
just sent it. Just sent it. Look at this picture, y'all. Oh my
I
God.
completely missed the weigh-in today. Like I said, like I've been trying to catch up. So I assumed that Lubin would look drained. That's because I know Lubin's been at 154 for so long.
I feel like Lubin that's a good weight for Lubin. I feel like he could probably go to 47.
So let me tell you what. Remember that sparring match that Lubin a long time ago here with Berlanga? Do y'all remember that?
You said what?
No, kid,
Do y'all
kid, you gotta
remember?
resend it. It's blank.
So like years ago, Lubin had a sparring match with Berlanga. He was beating on Berlanga. I think that was Berlanga. And I just remember everybody was like, apparently he hurt him or something. Everybody was like, oh my God, how did Lubin hurt Berlanga? And I kept thinking to myself, it's because Lubin is big. Like some of these guys are much bigger in the off season when they are not in camp for a fight. And that's why, and I remember thinking to myself, Lubin might be a beast if he goes to 160. You know what I'm saying? Because but he looks good at 154. I think he's fine. I don't know about 147. Like that's a good 7 pounds. But I mean, maybe. But I was just, but and it could just be his division. Where some people that you have a lifelong division, when you start it to where you end, it's just your natural body weight, and you good.
Let me ask you a question, Drew. Kid, you gotta resend it. It was blank. It's like a blank picture.
Another one? I just sent it again.
Okay. I gotta check. But I was gonna say, oh, Drew, which champion at 54 do you think Lubin can beat?
Okay, let me think. So you got Murtazaliev, Fondora. God dang it. But Fondora don't got 2 belts no more, right? He used to have 2. I'm trying to think who are the
Yeah,
freaking champions there.
I think Fedora still got 2.
Bakram is IBF.
Oh, Bachram.
Yeah, Bakram's IBF. Sebastian no, he don't have the 2 belts anymore because something happened. Anyway, so you got Bakaram, Fandora, Zayas, Abreu. I think Lubin can beat Zayas. I actually do. I think Lubin can beat Zayas.
Y'all not finna keep coming at my Xander Zayas now.
I like Xander.
I keep telling you, Xander is food, Keith.
Y'all, he's not.
I'm sorry.
He's not.
Lubin, I'm
He's
sorry. Okay,
getting better.
Keith, listen to me. Let me ask you this. I like Xander. What does Xander do better than Lubin?
He's better food.
He can you
I love you, Keith. It's okay, baby.
He's better
it's
food.
not. I have faith in Xander. I think Xander, he's been getting better, y'all. I think Xander gonna be
Well, he
okay.
has been getting better, but there's literally nothing that Xander Zayas does better than Eric.
But it's not that he's bad, Keith. It's just that in this division, the 54 division, he's food.
Right. That's all I'm saying. 154 is kind of deep. 154 has been like my favorite division for years because it's so like everyone is skilled and every fight is dangerous at 154. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying Zayas can't beat nobody, but just looking at the skill set that Lubin has, like Lubin has come close to being a champion, right? It's just that I don't think Xander beats. There's nothing to me that Xander does better than Lubin. Now if now I honestly think if, believe it or not, if he's not too damaged, if he was to rematch Fundora and do what the hell his trainer said, he could win. Because when he was fighting Fundora, and Fundora's hard to beat, he might not, it might be too much now, but people might forget when they stopped that fight, Lubin was ahead on all the scorecards. It's because Lubin got dragged into a fight. So I think sometimes the problem is Lubin's IQ and his willingness to engage in just an all-out brawl that messes
He
him up.
don't listen. He
He
does
don't
not
listen because I promise you, his trainer was telling him what to do, and it was working until he just like got hurt. I'm like, nope, I'm going for broke because I want to show that I got a chin, and he let that ego
He
get to him.
said that Fundora had faulty hand wraps. He stands by that.
Yeah, he say that Fundora had the magic gloves.
Yeah,
I
that's what he
mean, you know
said.
what? At this point, I don't know,
So
but
why
I
did he stay
remember.
inside and fight with him like that?
Well, I don't think he figured it out or knew until like mid-fight. Because I will say his face was messed up, and then when I remember he said it, I remember looking at the fight, and normally they take their gloves off and all that. Fundora didn't take his gloves off.
I mean, Fundora gloves been a little. I mean, I didn't talk about Fundora gloves before because the way he be hitting people and the way they be responding is just kind of like, ugh, what's up? But then again, it's like, look how big he is. You feel me?
Right. I
So,
think it's not just hit. I don't even think I think it's the angle because the punches are coming from so high above the impact. He has more torque on those punches, and I think that's part of it. So I don't know if Fundora does. I will say, but I do know normally when a fight at the end, both gloves are normally taken off, and you'll see their wraps. And I just remember at the end of that fight, I didn't see Fundora's wraps, so I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. That could be nothing. But I just noticed that at the end of the fight, you normally don't see fighters with their gloves still on. It's not in this day and age. But
but when you combine it with being accused, then it's no longer nothing.
I mean, he being accused. So I mean, it'll probably come out. It may or may not come out in the wash. We don't know. But who knows? But this, like when it comes to Lubin, he could potentially. I think he has a skill set to beat him. He just need to keep turning. He kept telling him to keep turning Fundora because on certain angles, Fundora doesn't have the power. It takes away some of his shots, and he kind of misses more. And he stopped doing that and went to all-out brawl, and that's how he got hurt. Abreu, I mean not Abreu. What's his name? Yeah, Abbas, Bararu. I don't know. I have to see that fight maybe. Murtazaliev, I actually think Murtazaliev is dangerous. I just don't know. Murtazaliev is like a wild card to me. I don't know. It'd be a good fight though. I think Lubin has a skill set. It's just depending on how much damage he's taking over time.
I think he can beat Charles Conwell.
Lubin. Oh, Lubin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. I think he can beat Conwell. Conwell. Fundora may have gotten even. The problem with the Fundora rematch is that it's a matter of did Fundora get enough information on Lubin to where he can counteract any other thing Fundora can do. I mean that Lubin can do, right? So I actually would love to see that rematch, but he definitely beats Zayas in my opinion. Abbas Baru, I have to see more of him because I just know he beat Tellers and everybody was high on Tellers, so I gotta give him his props. And again, Murtazaliv's a wild card because I'll never get the way he tore up Tim Zoo. I'll never erase that from my brain. I don't know. That's a he may. I don't know. I don't. I think that's the hardest fight for him stylistically to me. Is Murtazaliev. What do you think, Toussaint? You think that he can? You think that Lubin can't beat any other champions?
I think Desires was a good one. Murtazalia, Lubin. I mean, I just don't be knowing with Lubin. My only thing with Lubin is he don't listen, and that really affects him a lot in the ring because he's not like Earl or Charlo where he cannot listen and still like win. Like he not like that. So him not listening really affects him. But I don't think he beat. I give him a shot at Zayas, but I'm not sure about the rest of
You
them.
say
The
you know.
mask guy, I got to see more of him. I'm not sure about him either.
Hmm. Um, I think okay. So when I think of Lubin, minus that last fight we just seen a few months ago, I think of Jesus Ramos and how Jesus is a come forward fighter, balloons up, throws a lot and everything. And Lubin was fighting on his back foot the majority of that fight on the ropes, but was doing great. A lot of people think
Yeah,
that
I
was a
thought Lubin
robbery.
won that fight.
I thought Lubin won that fight.
He
I
fought
did
very
too.
good in that.
I
So
did
I
He
too.
fought very good.
I thought so too. I thought he definitely won that fight, and the fact that as far as I'm concerned, 'cause I remember we was on Upper's channel, and I know he was saying whatever. I actually feel like it's to me that showed the ring generalship because
Yep.
Lubin dictated the pace of that fight.
hmm
Because you know that's not how Ramos worked. Ramos wants like a way more. He wants, and it wasn't like Lubin was running either.
mm
Right.
Lubin was piecing him up. So I asked some people like, oh, he got cheated. No, he didn't. Ramos just was not used to someone who has lateral movement and can pop shot him in between shots. And then he kind of made Ramos keep because Lubin still has some pop to his shots. People, that's another thing we keep forgetting. Lubin has some power. It's what I think prevented Ramos from really like going as hard as he normally would go because he
Yeah,
realized
because
them
Ramos
punches.
looked different in that fight.
Yeah, because them punches was hurting.
Yeah, I thought Lubin won that fight. I'm like, what's up? What fight did y'all watch?
So with exactly. So with that, um, when I think of Virgil Ortiz, another fighter we know, kind of blows up, come for a fighter, throws a lot. What gets me about Virgil is that sometimes he keeps his head on the line a lot. And I'm thinking about counterpunching, punching in between the shots, as Jupe said. And I think that will be the deal maker because if we rewind back to last year, Virgil had some issues, had the same issue with Bohachuk. Bohachuk dropped him what 2 or 3 times, and the first 2 times, if I'm not mistaken, was with the same shot. Kept his line right, kept his head right there for Bohachuk. That was easy money for him. And Bohachuk, as we know, got popped. So that's my concern for Virgil. I'm still going back and forth. By the end of the Today Show, I'm still leaning towards Lubin. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still leaning towards Lubin, the upset of winning this fight. And if Two Cents, let me know if you got the pictures, the picture, so I can keep sending it to you because y'all got to see this. If I had to see it, y'all got to
Yeah,
see it.
I'm trying to add it. I'm trying to add it.
Okay, because you know
Okay.
what? I feel like why don't I vaguely so every time we mention a fight and I'm sitting here chilling, I'm gonna go rewatch Ortiz versus Boychuk because I remember it, but like let me really like you know how you watch it but you don't score it or you don't really analyze it. I'm about to rewatch that fight. Um yeah, but you're right. That's some good points about hmm.
I think, yeah, like somebody gonna get caught in this fight, you know. But the thing is, one thing we know about Lubin, once he's hurt or once he faces that adversity, the game plan goes out the window. You know what I'm saying?
And that's his
And this
problem.
is
That's his problem.
ex-
He can stay calm. And as long as he don't get nothing, as long as he don't get like, okay, like Charlo called him clean. And of course he got knocked out, right? I think what I was proud of him in, even though he lost the Fundora fight, everyone was talking about his chin was terrible, his chin was terrible. But in that fight, I love that he kept getting up and his face, he's looking absolutely terrible. And he still, show like I can take these punches. And he's like he was just taking them better and better. But at the same time, he still, like you said, throws a game plan out the window, wants to hook with a hooker, brawl with a brawler, and it's a dumb game plan. So now you got me thinking, So you got Lubin, right? You said you got Lubin.
I'm leaning towards him, but one thing that I respect about Virgil, he's not going to stop. And that Madrimov fight really opened up my eyes. Like Virgil is this is a good ass fight, Jude. It's a really good fight. I'm leaning towards Loop. I'm gonna put it like this as far as betting odds. Um, I might not even touch this fight. I don't know, man. This is a very good fight. Very good fight. And this one for me, to be honest with y'all, whoever wins this fight, because of the level of competition, whoever wins this fight will pretty much set the tone for 154. I ain't even finna lie to y'all.
Key, text
This
me
is
that picture. I can't get it up on here on my tablet. Text it to me.
okay. Hold on.
I mean, and you would think like theoretically whoever win this fight is gonna fight Boots next, but Lubin already said he not fighting Boots next unless it's for a big payday or a belt. But can y'all hear me? Hello? Let
I
me
can hear
see
you.
what y'all. Okay, let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna bet on this fight either. Maybe y'all bet on it. Y'all think? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a knockout. Cause how often do they go the distance in their fights?
Yeah, it will likely be a stoppage, but like, so real quick, y'all. And this why be pissing me off about the zone. So I'm on the zone, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
supposed to like replay all these old fights. And I picked Virgil Ortiz and looked at all his old full fights highlights. Why is the Bohachuk fight not on here?
Mm.
What?
I unless I'm tripping. Wasn't didn't he fight Bohachuk on the zone?
Yeah, he fought Bochuk on the zone. What was this, like
Wait, was
October of last
Boychuk a
year?
turkey card?
No, that was no
Was
turkey
on the
card. No, that was in Texas.
Right, but it should still be on the zone.
Yeah, it was on the zone.
Okay, listen, I went on here. It said it showed me the highlights and full fight of Madrimov. It shows me the Delarme fight. He fought Lawson, McKinson, Kavanakis. They do not have the Boychuk fight on here.
Bochuk came after all. Bochuk came after before was the fight before Madrimov.
Are you serious? Right,
Yes.
Boychuk was before Right, they got Madrimov and they got why don't they have that up here? They got Lawson, McKinnison, Kavanakis. Why would that not be up here? Why y'all had that fight? Okay. I'm
Well,
like,
he did get dropped. He got dropped 82 times in that fight, Jude.
right. That's what I vaguely remember. So it's like, are y'all don't want people to see that fight anymore?
Because that was a very controversial fight. I thought
I remember it
Bohachuk
being
won that fight
yeah, I remember it being controversial. Like I said, I remember seeing it. I think what it was fight, I missed certain parts of the fight. And I was like, why can't I remember it? Because normally I'll go back and rewatch it. And I realized they took it off the zone. Wow, y'all.
That's crazy
It's
work,
on
ain't it?
Golden. Okay, you said so. Somebody in the comments said it's on the Golden Boy Promotions YouTube channel. Okay, that's cool, but like, why y'all put everything else up there? Okay, but the zone costs too much to not be putting everything up there.
Man, the zone is ridiculous.
It's listen, it's more expensive than Netflix, and Netflix got dang near everything.
They
Amazon,
got
with
people got
Amazon,
put
you
in the
get
trick bag.
packages. I can buy stuff. I get shows and boxing. And you mean, and it's more expensive than Amazon? It's insane.
you talking about the new tier?
I'm talking about the old, even the old, beyond before the new tiers. The zone's expensive. Like
Yeah, now people are gonna be paying more for boxing while they was crying about pay per
right, it's
view.
even going up even more. But I'm saying even before the new tiers, it was already expensive because you're just watching it for boxing. Versus the other apps, I got like there's multiple shows I watch and stuff like that. Like Amazon makes sense because it's your packages, it's your shows, and I get boxing. Now you mean tell me you how you more expensive when you offer like only thing I care about is one thing. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But we gonna see who else y'all looking forward to on that card. Is it just Virgil and Lubin y'all got, or do y'all
Pretty
know
much.
who else on the card?
I
Pick me
forget
your
the rest
picture,
of the
Key. What you
names.
wanted to say about the picture?
Okay, so that's him, and that's why I said I'm a little nervous because I'm looking at his cheekbones. I'm looking at, I don't know, man.
You
I don't
know they
like
gonna
this weight
rehydrate
cut.
back up.
I know, but I don't like this weight cut 2 cents. I don't think I've seen Virgil look like this. Have y'all? Maybe I'm tripping.
Not at 54. I don't think. I think he was struggling at 47, but I ain't never seen him really look at 54. But you know what? Honestly, Virgil's first fight back, he didn't fight at 54, and I'm not sure how many of Virgil fights at 54 have been at 54. Kind of like how Ryan was doing that shit. Like Oscar be over there doing that with his fighters. So I'm wondering, like, which of his fights did he have to make 154 to fight since he's been in the division?
Well, he's 153. He came in like 153.4, 153.8. And Lubin had to, get undressed to make 154. So I don't think that each of their weight camps, I don't know.
Well, they gotta rehydrate. We'll see. Sometimes you see fighters looking like this and they be straight in the fight.
Okay, so maybe I'm tripping. Virgil don't look that bad to me. He don't like. It's like it's nothing that's. He looks leaner because I know sometimes he can have a little chubby face, but it doesn't. He doesn't look like nothing about this fight. Nothing about his this picture. Like it's not. I mean, he could be. It to me. I see a little bit more of his cheekbones, but to me that looks. He
His
looks.
eyes look a little sunken in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe I don't pay attention to Virgil enough, but to me he looks. Because okay, for example, right now I finally had to go to YouTube to get Boychuk versus Ortiz. And I'm looking at his face when he's fighting this man, and it's not that much of a difference in my opinion. I think I didn't see Lubin because you say he had to strip down. He to me he's like a person who made weight. When someone's trained,
Lubin looked like Lubin. I ain't gonna lie. Lubin looked good.
okay, but that's good. To me, when someone says someone looks drained, and again, everybody is different. Like he doesn't look like there's like he's not bone. He don't look bone dry to me. Like, for example, I
Mm,
remember how Spence used to look in the last year or two. I was like,
yeah.
like to me, that's when I get concerned. Or again, I think, and I've been watching boxing a long time. The worst I've ever seen. The people say, "Yeah, Hayden." I'm sorry, it's Haney. I've never seen anybody look that bad.
Yeah, that's always the example.
He is the like that is, and even my dad. My dad is an older gentleman. Okay, senior citizen. He even said like I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Like
Mm.
it was like creepy. Like you doing all
He
this?
looked
Just move
dead. He
up.
looked like the crypt keeper. Like he looked dead, like for real.
Right, just move up, bro. It can't be that like you damn worried about fight. Just move up. Like just move up. And people applauded. No, move up. I've never seen anything like that in decades. Like he cooked a cake. So when I see stuff like that, I've seen Terrence Crawford when he was at like 135, 140, look a little dry, look a little drained. Right? You're like,
Hmm.
hey, he can move up. Even Mason, like Mason Abdullah, I love him to death.
He need to
I don't
move
think
up.
I don't think he's gonna be at 135 long. I'm looking at him. I'm like, I don't see it. I don't. You're gonna hurt yourself. I've seen Boots look a little thin, but like not nowhere near to the point where like even I don't think he looked as bad as even like he never looked as bad as Spence or even Bud or Dangster like
No,
that.
what that last fight he had, was it at 47? Boost did look real bad.
The last fight at
Yeah, I think
147,
that weigh-in picture was
the
horrible.
last fight at 147, I said, okay, yeah, that's why I understood him moving up. But it still wasn't as bad as like certain other people. And that's what we like, oh, he should stay 147 here. I respect that because sometimes you drain yourself too long, you hurt yourself. But he's still like again, like and remember, he had the IBF belt where he was looking good for a long time while still not hydrating over 10 pounds the next day. So that's why I gave like a lot of props to and still perform at top level. So that's why I would never call Boots a weight bully because he was working within that the same rehydration clause that everybody cry about and still
Right.
knocking people out. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to hear it. If Boots can do it, there's nothing else. I don't. You can't tell me nothing. Um, but yeah. So to me, Virgil doesn't look as bad. Like, but I will say, I think I understand why people get a little bit more cautious with him because he had a sickness develop from him trying to cut weight. He should have been at 154 a long time ago, but they were trying to get him a title at 147, and I think that hurt him, physically. Um, he just some people just have a chut. They have a chut. Like everybody body, all body types aren't the same. Boots can stay at 147 longer because he's just he has leaner muscle naturally. Virgil don't. Y'all listen to
Yeah.
your body. So I ain't too worried about Virgil. I think Virgil just has to be able to cut that ring off on Lubin. And to me, his best bet, catch Lubin early. You don't want him to start really outboxing you and irritating you and frustrating you and getting you to overthrow and countering. That's when you get in trouble. Just try to catch him early and you got it.
With
Yeah.
everything that's on the line moving forward in 2026, who do y'all think has the most pressure on them, Lubin or Virgil Ortiz?
Virgil. I
Um,
think Lubin has the most pressure on him, probably from himself. But I think publicly, Virgil has the most pressure on him because everybody wants to see you fight Boots.
that's why also the reason why I like this fight so much is because I feel like the pressure's on both. Like, Virgil wants to look good. I'm telling you what Golden Boy thinking. Golden Boy thinking like, okay, we need to put you in there with a slick black fighter. You see black guy, they're like, everybody slick black fighter. Lubin's not the slickest, but he just like, I want to acclimate you to this footwork, this Black American style of boxing. I already know what they're doing, right? Which is smart. I'm going to acclimate him to that because they do see a potential fight with Boots down the line. And so they're trying to get him acclimated to that, right? So yes, he wants to look good. When it comes to Lubin, I'm not saying this is his last stance because you literally kind of missed out on a title shot for this fight. They're paying you good. So they're paying you that because they think you're gonna lose. So this can be the either
Damn, Jew.
they do. They're paying him good. I'm telling you, we want. Remember because he was he was the mandatory for Montezaliev. And Lubin's never been a champion, and he has a great resume. They pay him. They're paying him very well. Golden Boy is doing that because they believe that he's gonna like. They believe that you're someone he can knock over. So you either can make this the most best decision of your life and upset Ortiz, or this can be a setback because now you passed on an opportunity to become to fight for a championship for an interim because for the money. So I see it as like very like this can be a not now and never because like think about it. If Lubin loses, does he still get as many opportunities afterwards?
I think he might be like a gatekeeper permanently.
Right, right. This is going to because right now Lubin is still seen as like a formidable guy. No, I don't think no one sees Lubin as a gatekeeper right now. I don't. But this is like the difference between gatekeeper and like contender status. I
I
think it's
think Lubin is now or never for Lubin. Like you saying, like, come
yeah.
on, Lubin, you've had a lot of opportunities and you just didn't capitalize on them like you should in that moment. So this is your moment, like, and you know what, Juke though, he may have more moments because it is the 54 division and he is a decent name in the division. So you because the division is so competitive, so I guess that's a different perspective. Like you never know, he may have another moment.
No,
You never
you're
know.
right. You're right because I think if anyone, I think that's the beauty of 154. 154 will have people like like for example, Mendoza. Remember when Mendoza was like he had lost to Ramos and everybody like oh nothing, and then he fought Fundora and he knocked out Fundora, and then like that's the beauty of 154. 154 is like an anomaly right now. But I think because we're starting to get more towards the like, it's been a while now. Like he might, but it depends on how he loses. If he loses, but he gives Vergil the fight of his life, absolutely. But if he just gets toyed with and put down, and I think that's gonna be the determining factor.
Sayonara. Sayonara. That's what they're gonna be saying soon.
Lubin, Dondrick and them say Lubin is better than Xander and Abaru.
Okay, thank you, Dondrick.
Shout out to him.
Lord. Right, shout out to you. You always got y'all always throwing Xander under the bus. Don't worry, he finna show
He
y'all.
fool. Key Xander is fool. What could
Xander
you
gonna show
imagine if they would
y'all.
have put Xander in there with Fandora? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But
But
I think
that
it's
we
gonna
could
be a
say
good
that
fight tomorrow.
we could say that about 20 like the majority of the people at 154 against Fundora though.
I mean, okay, but so you think that Xander is better than Lubin?
No.
Well, he's been more consistent
More consistent in so far as what?
with the fights and everything because Lubin been out.
I mean, Lubin just fought a couple months ago.
I know, but Xander been fighting like every 6 months or every 4 months.
Okay, but I actually see
I'm just saying,
Xander.
I'm just I'm
You
I'm
said he been
I'm
more
I'm rooting
active.
for the underdog. I'm rooting for the underdog with Xander
I
because I
like Xander
seen
too. I promise you, I'm not a Xander hater. I'm going for like, okay, who has the better jab? I gotta go Lubin. Who has better defense? I still think it's Lubin. Who has more
Yep.
power? Lubin. Who has better footwork? Lubin. Like I'm just going skill for skill.
but
But what Xander has on his side is age, and he doesn't have as much wear and tear. So I'll give him that. But skill for skill,
Ju-
I'm just being honest. Like I'm just trying to figure out what is it that Xander does.
Juke like, well, he ain't been fighting that long, so I'm gonna give him that. No,
Right? I'm throwing them bones, baby. I'm saying I like Xander. I do. I just
I got it. We gonna see. We gonna see how Xander shake up.
Xander
Cause
might
they,
end up being
I don't
undisputed.
know if they gonna throw and feed him to somebody or if they gonna try to protect him with that belt. What you think they gonna do?
why it got to be a protection?
Cause he either getting fed or protected. He
I think that Xander. I think they're gonna continue to protect my boy. They're gonna have to. Not yet. Not yet. But that Baru fight, if the rumors are true that he's supposed to be fighting Baru in Puerto Rico, um, that's a semi tough task because Baru is a decent fighter.
Yeah,
What about a Lubin Charlo rematch if Lubin win?
I would love that. I'll never forget that whole card was cold. I'll never forget that because it was like it's like PBC did their own 150 mini 154 tournament. That whole card. It was all 154 versus 154. And I believe they were the headline. And,
Mm-hmm.
and like
And
I
they've been
never get
talking
that.
big
It was
trash.
such a good card. I'll never get it. And it was free. I never get it. I would love that. You know, because Lubin got caught so early, and it was such a bad knockout. Oh my god, it was terrible. He just combobulated that man. Like he was just on the floor scrambling.
I don't know if I would want to see that rematch, to be honest.
I do. I want to see if Lubin can avoid that getting knocked out. Because I remember going to that fight. Let me tell you, going into that fight, I don't even know if people remember the energy. The energy, there was so many people going for Lubin in that fight. Like that's why I don't want people. Like I feel like now people just credit that win for Jamel. Going into that fight, people are like, Jamel gonna lose. Like I promise you, it was close to 50-50. People were talking mad trash to the Charlos, and that's why they acted the way they did when they beat Lubin and knocked him out that easily. Like I wish I could rewind everybody back to that time. It was so tense
It was
between
very
those two camps.
hostile.
It was very hostile. That's what started the beef between Wilder and the Charlos because Wilder was real cool with Lubin. I'm telling you, people forget because so many people was picking against Charlo, and when he knocked that boy out, they went crazy. Like a I'm sorry, people forget. Like, hey, the North remembers.
I mean, it was like it was too much in like it was a lot, Luba, for you to get in here and get knocked out like that. Like, come on, Luba, you just put us through a whole lot. You went in there and got knocked out like that.
They talked so much mess, like it was back and forth. So y'all, okay, I won't say it wasn't as comical as the uh Charlo versus Tony build up, but it was probably like so much. It was just the animosity was just as thick. Like it was thick on both sides. It split a lot of the boxing community. It was like nastiness. So when he ended that man in that first round, the Charlos they went crazy, and then everybody was mad at them. I'm like, you can't because if you talk that type of mess and you get knocked out in the first round, you gotta take it. You gotta take it. So if that was to refuel, craziness. I want to see that again. And I'm sorry, the Charlos are good for boxing. I know people don't like them, but that was a man. I never get to see that man knocked out. I'm like, oh my god, they never gonna let us down. We never gonna see the end of this.
Yep. So I mean, it's Charlo. You coming back or no? You keep coming out teasing us with all these hit lists, and you coming back. I feel
I
like he
think
said
he
that every.
is.
I say he feel like he said every 3-4 months he coming back. He make a big
He
deal to
is.
call some people out, then he go back in the hiding. But you got the T. He went. What's the T? What's T?
No. Well, I just again, it's still the same thing that they're both in camp, especially now that Maul
Who's in
and
camp?
Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant will be fighting in 2026. They should be opening. That should be the one that's opening, starting the no, excuse me. The Shakur and Tio will be starting the PBC card.
So
And
they
I
really
think,
fighting on PBC?
from my understanding, yes, I heard that that's a dual card. Yep, that is
How is
PBC.
wait. It's a dual card with who?
That
How,
Turkey, I think Turkey is going to have something to do with it. As far I don't know in depth, how much so, but it is from my understanding, it is a PBC card.
yeah, I don't feel like Turkey done disappeared.
Absolutely, Turkey is in the wind on some things. I would too if this betting scandal is hitting like the way that it is.
Okay, well that we could switch gears here, and that brings me to my next topic. Dana White fight fixing. What have y'all heard about the UFC Dana White fight fixing scandal that has rocked the internet? No, I'm just playing. Could y'all imagine if they said Al Heyman is being accused of fixing 100 fights?
Oh, it'd be a
Could
meltdown.
could you imagine the internet,
It would be a
the
meltdown, an
YouTube laughing
absolute
face?
meltdown.
I mean, it'll be egregious the way people would react to that type of news
So I
if they
agree,
came.
and I just learned about that this morning, and like it's crazy because if PBC cancels a show, oh, they going out of boxing. Oh Lord Jesus, it's pandemonium. It's nonstop coverage. But this happens, and it's like everybody on mute. What's going on?
Cricket, cricket.
What?
Well, I think what's going on, to be honest with you, I'm surprised. I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm surprised that Dana White is being investigated. UFC is being investigated for the simple fact that Dana and Trump have this bond together, and that UFC will be having a show in front of the White House lawn next year on
Don't
July
look like it.
4th. So, so I'm very surprised that they let this come out. You know what I'm saying? That they didn't do it. And I find it and I talked about this as well, that I find it very ironic that this is coming a week after the NBA, or 2 weeks after what was going on with the NBA. And then, as I've said previously, Vegas, the casino heads with the MGM Grand, I think Fontaine Blue, it's a couple of other casino heads, execs that are in trouble. They announced an indictment earlier this year for money laundering, extortion, you know how that go with all that gambling and everything. So, um, all of this, in my opinion, is not a coincidence because we know that Vegas and all of that is the capital of the bet, where everybody goes to bet now, or has been going for at least the past 20, 30 years, right? And it's just mighty funny, just the timing of all of this. And I just thought that Dana would have been protected. I didn't think that this was going to be now. Now they're saying that Netflix is doing a unscripted documentary on this whole thing. Now, I'm not sure if this is Dana White's angle to get ahead of it, to cool it, you know what I'm saying? But I find it very interesting that several fighters have already came out and have said that they were approached for to throw fights.
I
So
mean,
it's getting messy.
how are we supposed to believe that Dana White is not a degenerate gambler who's not fixing fights? Like he's a gambler, a degenerate gambler. Like they about to make drop a documentary about him gambling, and you want to believe that he's not fixing fights? Like, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I guess you quote unquote guilty until I mean innocent until proven guilty. But come on, man, you know
But
what's up.
they
And I
did
and,
that
and
with
I don't think that Donald Trump and their relationship it might not be what it everybody think it is. Like that political stuff and that type of stuff. Them relationships don't be like we buddy buddy type
no, but I
relationship.
think that it will though, 2 cents, because remember, this Zuffa boxing, there's four heads over that. This whole it's like an enterprise. So you have Dana White, you got that gentleman of over WWE. Now remember, Vince McMahon did the same thing. When all them allegations came out about him, his stuff is very egregious, and he just walked out and said, "Y'all handle it, bye." And his wife is the Secretary of Education. And then on top of that, Zuffa Boxing with Dana White is partnered. This whole enterprise with UFC, boxing, and WWE is partnered with the CEO of WWE. We still know that Triple H and Stephanie McMahon still got pull in that. And then that's all centered around, if I'm not mistaken, either SILA or PLF. So, in which will have Turkey involved in it. So, these are the head honchos of this. This is why I'm saying I thought he would be connected due to the fact that the people that's involved in this whole spectator sports that they're putting together. One of them is well, three of them. You got Stephanie Triple H with WWE, the head of WWE up there, and then the wife, or Stephanie's mom, Vince McMahon's wife, is in the White House. You see what I'm saying? Like it really don't make sense. Like that's why I'm like, why is he not protected? Why is this coming out now? And the FBI with Cash Patel, with him fumbling the investigation of that Kirk situation, now he's getting on illegal sports betting. And
Yep.
come on, Dana White out of everybody. And Trump has been to three UFC fights within the summer alone. Those are facts, at least three. So, and I don't even watch UFC, and I could tell you that because it was all on the news. So, why isn't he protected? There should have been something covering him more. And then, mhm.
I don't know why he not protected, but I mean, we don't know if he not protected because I mean, protected can mean you go through all this and you still, nothing happens to you.
No,
So just because you
but it was
protected, don't
still
mean you're not gonna
removed,
go through.
but it was still it was still put at risk the integrity of the UFC sport. You see what I'm
And
saying?
Zupa
Like,
boxing, it's gonna
and Zupa,
destroy Zupa boxing.
exactly. Like people aren't gonna feel comfortable with doing that. But I will say this, and it's another thing. 2 cents. Remember, I think it was about a month ago, and Jupe, you might remember it too, Queen, where there was something going on with Ticketmaster and
Yes.
the middleman people for these bots and everything doing something with pricing of the ticket. So That actually occurred first. So it was the casinos and all of them in Vegas getting investigated. They're under indictment. Then we hear about this lawsuit with Ticketmaster and all these bots and everything what they're doing, fooling around with the money, the pricing of the tickets. And now NBA, then boom, UFC. I would not be surprised the way that this is playing now, all within a certain months of each other. I would not be surprised if all of these are interconnected. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, people snitching, Keith. People's getting caught up and then they telling on something else and then they investigating that and then they finding that. I'm hearing that college sports is next.
Okay, but okay, now remember, college sports, if they go after just a catch 22, because it was only a few years ago that they finally approved for these fighters to get paid equal amount. You see what I'm saying? Or get paid some money while the coaches and everybody else is making all this astronomical money. There was a huge, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a huge protest for college football or basketball, one of the two, to get paid money. You
Right.
know,
I
for
think
them
that's
to get
Deion Sanders
something.
with that.
Right. So if they're gonna go after them, I wonder if that's a way for them to take down or to put a
Put a block
um
on, restrictions on,
exactly,
regulate. I don't
exactly.
think so. I don't think so because I think they just made it to where the college students can bet or the college athletes can bet or something like that. So, like, the NCAA just passed a rule where they can bet, or it's something to where the staff can bet, or somebody can bet on these college games. And a little bit after that information was released, now I'm hearing that they're going to be going after the colleges next for the whatever they're doing with this gambling stuff. So I think that they're trying to curb that, like what's going on with the NBA, it happening in college, and just kind of try to get on it right now because obviously they're already doing some illegal point shaving or whatever they got going on in college with the gambling. So once you get gambling to access to more people, that's actually staff and players and all this other kind of stuff, it's gonna be even crazier.
So, I'm listening to what y'all both saying, and like I think y'all got spectacular points. And I am trying to get caught. Like I know there was an NBA thing, there was a college basketball thing, and now the situation with Dana White. Dana White is connected, right? And so I think it is a good question to ask: why is he not being protected from like the FBI investigating him? Because Cash Patel, which we know, he kind of has like people. He got a guy who can protect him from certain things. Um, but so I don't know if have you guys ever heard of a term called bread and circuses?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's this theory. It's a metaphor. It's called bread, like bread you eat, and circus, like a
Uh-huh.
circus. It's a
Like the take and take
metaphor.
price.
Yeah, so that's a metaphor for providing superficial, like a superficial appeasement or a superficial entertainment through like free food and
Ah.
entertainment to distract people from more important issues. And we know in this country it's a lot going on. So yeah,
Mm,
people are protected, right? You have all kinds of people you protect, but everyone's protected until they're not. And certain people are more expendable than others.
right.
With all the things going on, I guarantee you, someone who's providing entertainment, yeah, they're right. So if I have this scandal, this really huge scandal going on, and I want you to take your eyes off of it, I know I have multiple scandals, right? I know I've been like, let's say just hypothetical, not saying this, feel me. Let's say I have like, okay, I have scandal A, which is kind of like a big deal, like if it will affect everyone and all that. And then I got scandal B, which is still illegal, but whatever. It's not as big. It's not as affecting as many lives. I got scandal C. And I got Scandal D, which is bad, but like, I mean, it's still, it's like maybe misdemeanor-ish. They might not get time-ish. And
Right.
if I need to distract you from problem A, you think I'm not like, why would I not why would I not completely sacrifice the people in problem D? I was protecting them, but I mean, I know that it's popular enough for people to go chase it. And it's still a problem and it's still important. But it's not but it's important, but not important enough that I need to protect it. It's not important enough for me to not sacrifice it for me to protect issue A. And that's what they call it, bread and circuses. I think it's something like remember back in the day, the gladiator days, when Rome was taking everyone's money and it was like a feudalism system. They were treating people terrible and they were taking their rights away and doing all this terrible stuff, right? They distracted them with bread and circuses. They would give out free bread, give them a circus. A gladiator will come out and kill people. They'd be like, oh yeah, give you something just to appease you for the moment. Yes, it's terrible, and yes, you should care about it. But I can now move this other nest egg over here because yes, this is a
So
big issue.
what
I
you
got
saying? Are
bigger
you
issue.
saying the Fed investigation is the bread and circus?
I mean, I'm not
Like
saying
is it what?
it could potentially be, and I'm not saying a bread and circus don't mean that you're not dealing with a real issue. It's just if everything was going great and I didn't, if people weren't on my butt, I would protect everybody. But now that the heat is on, and now that I might be getting exposed for a bigger issue, hell yeah, I'm gonna throw you a bone and just give you a little red meat to get you on this other investigation because I want you to focus on that investigation so I can hide even bigger investigation. Because if you're looking at, because people love sports, okay, and this is just hypothetical again, legally, I'm not saying anything. I'm just hypothesizing here with the past. If I have multiple issues going on, and let's say I have, if I, for example, let's say someone kidnap someone. That's a huge deal, right? But let's say
Hmm.
you have a video of someone doing petty theft and you were protecting them. If I want you to get your eyes off of my kidnapping, I might go ahead and release a video of this person
Stealing
doing
something.
petty theft. Is it still a crime? Yes. But I'm going to go ahead and give you that little circus so y'all can yeah. It's a theory that's been going on as long as time. So that's what makes me so when people say, oh, well, why would this person be protected? Why would they not get exposed now? We have resources and why would I use my resources to protect you when I got bigger fish to fry? I got
Right.
bigger things to cover.
Right.
Or Jupe. Okay, great point, Jupe. But what about this though? What if it's about the money? What if this is
That
a
too.
shakedown? What if this is a shakedown for them to obtain the resources and get the money from these people for the FBI? Because okay, look, to yesterday, Trump has said, I'm not even gonna come and say T word because I don't want nothing to happen to Two Cents Channel. T word has said
You could say
that
Trump.
okay, Trump has said that he wasn't sure about giving out the SNAP benefits because we need liquid money. He said
Mhm.
because we may have wars and everything to fund and all this other stuff. So what if they're going after the money? This is a shakedown, and they're trying to go after all this money that these people made to get liquid money. Like I'm thinking, like because
Nah, they don't
for
need way
me,
more liquid money than that. They
I mean,
need
but you're talking
trillions of
about,
dollars.
but 2 cents. But think about it like this, though. You're talking about, we might hear Dana White and Chauncey Billups here in America, but they're pulling people from Russia, Italy, France. Like
Really?
this, yes, the NBA, that one, those indictments, you're talking about the mob family. I'm not even gonna list the names because
Yeah,
I don't want
all
no hit
five
out.
of them.
Yes, the top five mob families is involved in this indictment. Okay, that's Italy. All of them got ties to, you feel me, overseas. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, okay, if they really tap into their books, they can go into the construction. They can go into, like, it goes so deep, this rabbit hole. If they really truly want to milk this for everything that it's worth. So I'm wondering the play here because okay, I could understand the NBA, but Dana White, when he was just seen with Trump and they kikiing and all of this, and we finna put together this, and Dana White just got that Paramount deal. Let's not forget.
Yeah, you know,
Dana
I was
White
thinking about
just
that,
got
and
that Paramount deal.
$7 billion seems so egregious to me.
Right, but and guess who's about to buy or who has bought one, if I'm not mistaken, Ellison son, the one who just bought TikTok. The guy who just bought TikTok, the billionaire, his son is either going to buy, somebody is about to buy Paramount, and another person, another billionaire, is about to buy Warner Brothers. All of this, like, and you're
So
that so that's
somebody gave them $7 billion and then they about to sell the company?
who you talking about?
Somebody gave Paramount $7 billion and then now they finna sell Paramount?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, it's Paramount that's about to get sold. Warner Brothers is about to get sold. One of them is about to get sold to Ellison, a dude who just bought TikTok. His son, I guess the son got money. I don't know, but his son is about to purchase one of these two entities as well. So that's my point, is that's dealing with the FCC, right? And who does the FCC now, with Paramount, all these streaming apps, what do they show? College football, college basketball, NBA, now UFC. Like, I'm just putting all of this, it's like it's such it's like a crazy timeline within a matter of months, from February all the way up until now. That's not a long time. All these deals get to being announced, and then next thing you
Yep.
know, here come the indictments. And with, out of everybody that you could have pulled in, Dana White, like, I don't know, some just ain't right to me. 2 cents and Jupe, something, my spider senses is tingling, and I'm like, I have to wait, and I'm upset that we have to wait until the investigations come out. But it's no coincidence that several UFC fighters are now posted on their social media that they were approached to throw the fight. And like I said the other day, word on the curb is that they already have, I think they said four, either 3 or 4 UFC fighters working with the feds for this indictment. So it's really interesting times. That's what was reported.
There's gonna be even more people willing to work for him because Dana White been screwing over all them fighters. Don't none of them fighters like Dana White. It ain't gonna be
Right.
hard to get them to tell on him.
Right. And you know, they're protected by the administration. Like, the administration is like, okay, I don't know if y'all paid attention to like what happened, like there was different state elections or whatever. This administration has, like, you have to prioritize. They're scrambling right now. There's a lot going on. Like, their priority is not protecting sports figures. Now, do they want money? Yes. But and I'm not saying they won't protect them, like, 'cause this could just be for show. Because again, bread and circuses. I can just, draw people's attention to the case and all this. But let's say I just know that I'm gonna find a way to make sure you don't win, you don't lose the case, right? Like, it could be anything. It's just, you have to be prepared for anything. But I also think that, like, it's just, we've known Dana, like Dana. This was getting me. It's tripping me out. Like, we knew. I remember saying a long time ago that Turkey was going to lead to Dana. They have the same ideology, and Turkey was always the Trojan horse, which is why we're seeing and hearing less and less of him. Saudi Arabia was going to make so much investment, but not overly so, especially with America being kind of a risky bet right now. And people just like, oh, like some people can't see the forest for the trees, and they don't look at the long game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was trying to tell people. This is not sustainable. They
At
keep
all.
hitching their ride to these short term. I remember it was the zone. The zone's still around, but barely. And now, to my understanding, they're on Paramount or not. They're on Amazon or Paramount, wherever the heck. So, like,
Amazon Prime,
Amazon,
too.
right? So basically, they didn't already got, like, They already got
And they pay-per-view tier, Juke.
right. They already got absorbed. You had that, and I'm never so before them. Then you had remember Triller. We had Triller. Then they had what was the app that Bud fought on one time?
Be okay.
Be okay. Like you keep having these little one offs. They're like, oh, this is a new thing, and everybody be scared. And y'all keep hopping to a new thing. And then
because
you
it's
had
giving scamming.
the MTK Global. No, MTK Global and all that, which I'm telling you, MTK Global, Middle East, this middle. Okay, go ahead, connect the dots where you connect them. Okay. Like every
Can
5 years,
have
there's a new
turkey.
flavor of the month. And people are not
Mm-hmm.
connecting the dots. And like, oh yeah, but Turkey gonna make the most money, and Pete they need to bow down to Turkey.
And
Yeah,
what's the one of the easiest sports to wash money with, Juke?
boxing. There's
Exactly. And
no
where's
money
and where's
emotion.
Dana? And where's Dana venturing off to now?
Boxing. He's been trying
Exactly.
to get into boxing for years because he got so many, and even him because he got to do and control MMA, and he getting sued. Every person gets him like again when they were on that call about amendments to the Ali Act, it was MMA fighters saying don't do it, like, and these people are in the chat like no, but they're doing the right thing. It's like it's like you're it's insane. It's like you I don't know if people are just being antagonists just for the sake of like being argumentative, but like everyone's failing an open book test. It's insane.
Well, I mean, listen, just like Band Up said, I said it wouldn't last as well. Of course it wouldn't last, Band Up. Like I don't like come on, y'all. Like we're grown. We're adults. We understand nothing lasts forever, first of all. And the type of money Turkey was even his promos ain't last forever. He don't even make the promo videos no more. Y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Listen,
Exactly.
Hmm.
He stopped.
y'all
He right. You don't see none of that for these new fights.
y'all don't
But
remember this?
guess who? Guess
When
what?
he
Nate?
made Devin
Yes.
Haney dress up like a lawyer and do the y'all don't remember that? When he had that whole little promo scene, he had the underwear model, they had all this production going on. It was
Yeah.
this great video. Remember he had Devin Haney looking silly, dressed up like a lawyer? What happened to
Yes.
those? What happened to all of that stuff that he used to do? Turkey put on. He got the best promo. He got the best this. He got the best that. Where is Turkey now? He was all on the internet telling y'all he lied to y'all in y'all face about the Canelo thing going on, and everybody just slid that under the rug. He put out propaganda for 3 days straight about the Canelo Jake Paul situation. Then came on the internet and told you he fed you propaganda and y'all let that slide right under the rug. Then he went to go pick Dana White of all people to start a new boxing league. And this is the person y'all was just so cool with, the man that was in the bar slapping his wife when y'all have such a problem with domestic violence. This who y'all was cool with, the man that's trying to change legislation for boxing, that's trying to change rules for boxing and don't know nothing about boxing.
And right, and like there's videotape of his incident. Like you treat people worse off allegations. It's on camera. It's on camera. And the fact that he's sued by almost every major boxer, I mean every major fighter who fought for him hates him. Like, think about it. It's one thing for like the smaller name guys to not like you, but the bigger name guys. So think about this for example. The fact that John Bone Jones, what's his name? The guy who fought Fury and AJ. What's his name?
You talking about
Ngannou.
John
Ngannou.
Jones?
Right. Like these people who would have been like the top paid guys, the top paid people in his sport still hate him. You don't see that on the boxing side. The top paid guys gonna be cool. They're gonna be Gucci. The guys who probably wasn't getting as much and think they could have paid more might be a little disgruntled. If the top names have issues, like I don't, and like almost consistently,
All
that
of
should
them.
tell you everything you need to know. And so
Hmm.
y'all sit here and let this man like this. So and then like, we know crime and he's a scum of the earth. And then that's another thing too. And I'm not defending Tank at all because like again, if you did it, boy, bye bye. Do whatever happened happened. You have people talking all this mess. People who like praising Dana White. There's video footage of him slapping the dog. I mean, Dana ain't no small man. There's like the stuff that people disown people based on allegations. You got it on camera, and everybody looked the other way.
Yep.
And then the same people who were for Turkey, the only reason they got a problem now with it is people like Oscar and Eddie Hearn because they thought that they were going to be the guy. But he had told he kind of gave out a heads up that he came in here to destroy y'all. and then in the Canelo, one last point, at the Canelo and Bud fight, that's what bothered me. What everyone should have been offended by during that press conference for Canelo versus Bud is how they were disrespecting boxing the whole fight and uplifting Dana White and UFC, and the only person who spoke up was Canelo.
Yep.
That pissed me off.
Canelo was like, I had enough.
Right? Like, are you serious?
Like the best promoter combat. Like, come on, man. Like that shit was egregious.
They made everything about Dana White. Like half the questions was for Dana.
Yep.
He completely just like, because in UFC he's the star, just like Eddie Hearn. There are certain promoters, and everybody hate that, like Al Heyman and certain promoters, even Frank Warren not out there like that. Some people don't like that, but there are certain promoters or certain people in boxing who want to be the star of the show, and they make sure that they're always the star. One of the people is Turkey Al-Sheikh, Eddie Hearn, Oscar to a point. It depends, but like I've noticed that they make sure that they're the focal points of everything. They're not risking anything. They're not risking anything. They're and they're gonna be able to do this forever because they're not taking any punishment. They ain't gotta take and that's what's crazy to me. And what bothered me about the Turkey situation, he went on to disrespect the fighters. He disrespected Haney. He disrespected Shakur, which pissed me off. And then people were acting like, "Oh, it's okay." What?
But I think
Tom and Jerry. Who the hell?
I wouldn't be surprised though, because with these deals that's being announced, the main person I've been seeing is the head of Saudi Arabia, being mentioned more when it comes to these platforms, and that way, but I'm asking myself where is Turkey all of a sudden?
Where?
I was asking, like, what if he's trying to take a step back because the new pay-per-view tiers have came out for DAZN? And this is what I want to say, because I'm not trying to switch gears, but I have to mention this, y'all. This is my main issue with this tier. DAZN is at least 12 pay-per-views. It's starting with Conor Benn and Chris Eubank, which I said that last week, and then, or a few days ago, and then it's gonna have the Benavidez and Yard card, and there's another pay-per-view before the end of the year, which kicks into 2026, the Riyadh season card in February. But outside of that, we got Fury, who's throwing a BF, a B fit, because he can't get his trilogy with Usyk. So okay,
What?
we gotta.
For what?
I don't know. Fury feel as though he won. That's what he been saying on his videos, y'all.
And
So,
you know what? I'm so happy about that. You know why?
uh,
She's called Karma. It's so funny because I remember he didn't want to give Wilder his trilogy, and the very first fight was both the first two fights were controversial. Now I said he completely dominated the second fight, but we saw. I know my ass saw, right? Meanwhile, you just got beat in both fights by Usyk. Like, to me, neither one was controversial. You just got beat. Like, there's no need for no trilogy. I'm sorry. I'm just. Fury is
Correct.
he annoys me.
But
Whatever. He don't
y'all
deserve
know
points.
Turkey.
Correct.
Y'all know Turkey love giving y'all the fights y'all want to see over and over and
Right, don't
over
they
and
want to see
over
that?
again.
And then I remember
Well,
people fought against. I remember people fought against Fury versus Wilder 3, and guess what? It ended up being one of the best fight in heavyweight boxing history. It's going
Yep.
down as one of the best fight. Meanwhile, everyone was like, "Yeah, let's get Canelo versus Triple G3," and it was trash.
well, yes. And so my exactly to the both of y'all points. And so my point what I'm saying is with this tier is okay, we not okay, they're trying to bring back AJ. We don't know how AJ is going to be cuz he did take a beating last year. But
Mm,
that's pretty much um they bread and butter. So Fury, AJ, we're still looking for since Canelo. I'm sure they're gonna have Canelo on pay per view, but I'm not understanding how that's even gonna work because Canelo got that deal with Mexico, that TV promotion deal with Mexico, which left his fans in Mexico upset because it didn't air for them in his last two fights. So who is going to be able to fill these 12 pay per view slots on that platform on the zone? So let's go down a roster. Maybe Boots. Boots has never been on pay per view. Bam Rodriguez, Japan. The Japanese fans are already upset because they're about to make that's the one. Anyway, in this next fight that he's about to have is going to be on pay per view.
they
Um,
upset?
yes, because Inoue does what Canelo does. His fights in Japan are free. So now they're gonna have to pay to watch anyway, and they upset. That's what word on the curb is. So and that's at the end of the year. So maybe anyway, and not and what's that other guy's name? Shoot, who he's about to fight next year, y'all? What's the guy name? Chat
Shout out
remind
to
me.
Key with the international T.
I forget his name of who the guy is supposed to be fighting. I mean, anyway, supposed to be fighting next year. He just dropped his belt too. They're getting ready for that fight. But maybe anyway could be a fourth, but then who else? Like that's my main point. Who else is gonna be who's gonna be able to field those 12 cards with stacked competition? From start to finish, you are glued to the TV. Who's going to be willing to pay? I think it's $400 for the year or
Wow.
$44 for the month, in addition to the subscription. So you're technically paying $100 a month, right? For the pay per views for at least 12, or you can pay the four something for the entirety of the year, and it will kick off for Chris Eubank
So
and
either
Conor Benn.
$500 or $1,200 for the year
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
to watch boxing. Now let's say you got 389.99 pay-per-views a year, Key. How much is that?
You said what? I'm sorry.
I said you said $100 a month for boxing. And I said, imagine if you got 89.99, three of those a year. How much is that versus 500 or $1,200?
You're going to be at least paying like what, 50 something? I'm doing it off the top of my head.
270.
270
270.
for three divided into 89.99. Is that what you said? Three pay-per-views for 89.99 a pop?
Mm-hmm.
$270 for the year?
For to watch those three pay-per-views, yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
And then, if
But
you
didn't he say, but didn't he say that, didn't Turkey try to move away from pay-per-view model?
I mean, he kept
Yes,
saying no more pay-per-view, but
the answer is
he
yes.
he
He
just
said
keeps saying it.
he said that pay per view wasn't like he did the whole. Remember when Zone came in? Bye bye pay per view. They literally went from these fights are gonna be free these fights gonna be free. So, oh, not everything's pay per view. And it's and I remember the whole point to my recollection, the whole point of Turkey was that he had all this money, didn't need the revenue, and that's where we're gonna get the biggest and best fights. But as Susan mentioned, if you notice, everything is slowly getting. And I told everybody this: they're gonna introduce you to a particular way that they can't maintain to get you invested. Like it's marketing 101. Like I don't know what people working, what they're used to, but I saw this coming. Oh, we don't need to do pay per view. I have all the money. You're gonna get your best money fight with me. I don't need pay per view. Everybody claimed he had all this money and he got Saudi money and all this. I said it's not sustainable because no one who if you have an unlimited bag, you don't need to charge for pay per view. And just like Tucson said, the production level has gone down. It used to go. Everybody said, "Oh, he has all the money, the production, and he can pay to give us the biggest and best fights, the most stacked cards." Remember that was his calling card. He gives stacked cards because he has all this money. So he invested in the introduction of himself. I'm gonna give you all this glitz and glamour, and then what happened? We saw how those initial fights were promoted. Do you see that type of promotion for this fight with Benavidez versus Yard? No. Do you see that promotion for any other card? No. Then it was the biggest and best cards. I never get when it was Canelo versus Bud. Everybody like, oh, the undercard not that great. People like, oh, it don't matter. As long as we get the big, like he slowly. When people want to reacclimate you to a new standard, they do it slowly. He went from stacked cards, and the way he reintroduced you. And though this card we have coming up is stacked, I'll give him credit for that. And he's making sure you're gonna pay pay-per-view for it too, right? So what they're gonna slowly do is the card's gonna be less and less stacked. When they say 12 pay-per-views, do they have all the names to do 12 pay-per-views? No. You're gonna be paying pay-per-views for fights that you normally would have been free. They're doing it slowly. And I told people this. I don't know how they couldn't see it.
But wait a minute, why isn't the Benavidez and Yard card? That's what about 2 weeks away.
Yes.
What's going on? Why is Devin and Brian the only ones promoting the fight?
I mean, because they're doing their own YouTube thing, right? You know, you haven't seen any major, right? Remember all that animation and yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's really quiet. I don't know. Maybe it's just
And
me.
they have time. They may, but I tell you, they're going to slowly. You can't abruptly stop everything. You have to slowly. It's like I want to court someone, and I'm going to say, "Oh, your life's going to be amazing with me, baby. I'm going to give you flowers every day, and blah blah blah." And slowly, I'm going to stop doing. I'm going to do less and less and less. While you do more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing. It's the same. Like, oh, we don't want pay-per-view. Now everything's pay-per-view. Now you're introducing new tiers for pay-per-view. We don't want pay-per-view. No. I have all this money and everybody gets top tier. Then you hear fighters complaining about, oh, that's not what you offered me before. Like, I'm going to offer you the moon and stars when I meet you. They're like, yeah, he's great. It's like, you guys are adults. Y'all haven't seen this play before?
I guess they have.
Of course he's going to say that. Eddie Hearn did the same thing. Not to this extent, but he did. Bye-bye pay-per-view. And we're gonna get the best and best fights. And then he had control of the whole 160, 168 division. What happened? 160 died. 160 died. They ruined heavyweight. We never got Wilder versus AJ. They ruined it.
Yeah.
But people don't learn. They don't learn. They keep repeating the same mistake over and over again.
And then they trick y'all into blaming the wrong people.
It's not even. You know what? I don't even think that they trick them. People don't want to admit they're wrong, so they'll just blame anyone. They don't want to admit they're wrong. They don't want to admit that I was stupid and believed something that wasn't even logical. And now I have to fight on the lie that I stood by.
Oh, that's bad.
It made no logical sense from get-go. But you don't want to admit that because you don't want to look stupid. But you are. And we know it already.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But we're gonna see how this whole turkey thing play out. We've been talking about it since Turkey came in. Everything he was saying is like, come on, y'all. It's almost like he was pandering to the fans. So he gonna fix everything y'all got a problem with. How? He's going to continue to just overpay fighters and never make no type of profit, and then he just got money to keep blowing and blowing and blowing and blowing. Come on, y'all. That doesn't even make any sense. So don't get mad at me because I can think logically. Don't get mad at me because I can think logically because Dana White go through this whole little scandal. I mean, FBI investigation and do all this stuff. And then you know what? When Juke was talking about the bread and circus, I'm gonna have to use that for a video. Remember what we just talked about, Key with the T, about Dana White, that judge ordering Dana White to release all of the electronic communication between like him and the management company and
Yep.
all like endorsements from companies and all communication between the management company and fighters, and they want every single device that ever had this type of communication turned in. They want every single thing from Dana White, and then boom, he's under FBI investigation for fixing fights. So y'all put all that together. He thought
And
he
what
was
did
really
and where is Turkey? Turkey needs to be out here. He needs to be the dog and pony show. If Dana gonna be the bread and circus, he needs to be the dog and pony. He needs to be putting up a distraction right about now.
ain't no
Cause they in
distraction.
this together. They in this together.
I mean, Turkey just can go back to where he's from. He ain't got to deal with this.
But it's just so funny to me because everyone was like, so I need to look more into it. I need to get caught up on it. It's just crazy to me how like everyone is just ignoring it, excusing it. But if it's anyone else that has any kind of criminal activity investigation, oh, this is a thing. Oh, this. So it just shows you that people don't care. They just have an agenda. Because how is it like you can't love the sport and want it to progress if you keep supporting people who are trying to harm it? Like you can't like, and the reason why he hopped on to boxing is because UFC is dying. You don't hear about UFC anymore.
But it's true.
Think about this for a second. Boxing is about, people forget how old boxing is because they don't do any lineage and history because they don't care about the sport. They just come here because they want to argue with somebody and no one gives them attention, right? So boxing is hundreds of years old, right? Like
Right.
back to like, I mean, even beyond like the first black heavyweight, Jack Johnson. I'm talking about Michaud versus Johnson. Like people, like it's a very ancient old sport,
Yeah.
and people are acting like it's gone through all these transitions, and it was mostly exploiting the fighters. We finally got to where fighters got some type of rights. Meanwhile, UFC or MMA is a very young sport. It's one of the youngest sports in all sports. And
Mm-hmm.
they had a nice little peak over 5 or 6 years, not even 10 years, and already is dang near dead.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing, we can admit that boxing is not in its golden age, but it took 5, 6, 7 other sports to come along to do that. It took basketball, football, baseball. Remember, boxing predates all those sports. MMA had a nice little hike and it already is dying. He's and those fighters already had to leave that sport to attach to boxing, and then came Dana White
Yeah.
to attach himself to boxing because MMA is not what it used to be. And I was never a follower of MMA, but my dad was, and he'll tell you it's not what it was. They had a nice little, quick little, and so you saw how quickly MMA rose, and it didn't even. And when I say when it rose, it was never beyond boxing. Never. They never made the type of money. They never had the type of stars, which is why all their stars come to boxing. And so you willing to entrust boxing in the hands of a man who couldn't even do his own thing. He literally had MMA landlocked.
Right.
And they keep telling we wanted the best to fight the best. Bellator fighters wasn't fighting UFC. PLF fighters wasn't fighting Bellator and UFC. At least in boxing, some of those guys occasionally fight each other.
Facts.
So it's not the best of the best. Only UFC fought of UFC. That's it. That's it. And he still couldn't bring you to the glory days of boxing. Nowhere close. He can't even bring us to. He can't even outdo boxing now in what we consider like a down era. And that's who you want to entrust the sport to? It's like common sense isn't common anymore, but I
It
digress.
makes no sense. It makes no sense. To put the somebody that's not gonna quote unquote save a sport that they know nothing about. It's not like they spent decades in boxing and all this other stuff. Like it just didn't make any sense. And now he's gone. Like we're gonna see what's up with this Norman fight. Do y'all think that is like what is it to the fact that Devin's already in Saudi and Norman is still here? What y'all think of with that's what's up with that?
What is that true for real?
Yeah, Brian Norman put up his little. I can't share my screen. I wish I could share my screen. That's so many videos I want to show y'all. Brian Norman did his media day workout today, but he was still in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, I think so. The
So
way that Devin is looking, with that picture that you had showed, man,
you
I
seeing the
feel
picture,
very
Drew?
confident. Yeah, it was in Discord. I feel very confident in picking Devin for this fight. I've never seen Devin look like that before. I mean, his veins had veins. Do you hear me? His muscles had muscles. I'm like, where did this come from? From Ramirez to which was what back in May to so 6 months later. Okay, 6 months later. Okay. My boy was eating his creatine. Like that's what it's looking like. 2 cents and juke. Like whoa. But um, Brian looks ready. This is gonna be a very good fight. But I do think it's at a disservice. I think Brian needs to hurry up and get out of there because the Middle East, their time zone is way different than ours. I know that for a fact. So for him, I think David Benavidez is in Saudi as well. So I think it's time for Brian to go ahead and exit stage left and get down to Saudi Arabia so his body can get used to the time zone change. That's how I feel about it. I'm not sure, but no, I'm not boxing hacker. I would never. Salute to boxing hacker, everybody that's in the chat. Um, but I just am I tripping? Have y'all ever seen that? I don't know. But it could be that he moved up and he says that this is the best he did an interview with Ariel Helwani where he said that this is the best he's ever felt. He doesn't have to lose too much weight. He's coming in comfortable. We can pretty much say the same thing about Brian. At least I know I can. Brian is also in the same that this is his division. He's been in it longer. Then Devin campaigned at least in it longer. So there's really no excuses for this fight in the next 2 weeks of who wins. You see what I'm saying? His muscles got muscles, bro. His veins got veins.
Yep, that's crazy.
Jupe, you see this?
I do.
Like,
I do.
are we worried for Brian?
Um, I remember saying that I believe that Devin would be the bigger fighter the night of the fight. I feel like Devin should have been moved up a long time ago. Devin has been extremely larger than every single person he's fought, with the exception of Ryan. And he was close in size to Ramirez, but not quite. But the only person he fought to me that was his actual size was Ryan. So I do expect, and I know that um, Brian Norman's been in 147 longer. But one thing I'll say about, I've never seen Brian Norman look as blow up to the size that I've seen. I mean like not only just on fight night, like the day of the fight, but in between fights. Like I've seen Devin Haney look huge. Like I don't know if y'all remember after the Ryan fight, and he did that interview with SportsCenter, whatever was on ESPN. I remember me and my brother were watching the fight. He's like, "Dad, he looks bigger than me." Like he's a bigger man, and I think that he's gonna have a physical advantage. He's cut up right now, so I think that this will do him well. And I don't think 147 will be his last stop.
Let me get this super chat. Shout out to Bison Hacker with the $5 in the super chat. He says, even though they are going to Saudi, they are fighting at 4 a.m. Saudi time, which is 9 p.m. So they will technically be operating in semi-American time. Yeah, I understand that, but I believe they say it's a lot of other stuff you got to get acclimated to when you go overseas like that. It's not just about the time. It's like
It's the
the
heat. It's the
air
heat.
and
Yes,
heat
the
and all
air,
kind of
all of
stuff.
that.
So it's not like he's just going somewhere with a different time zone. He going to like a whole different, you know what I'm saying, country, a
The
whole different
food.
atmosphere, a whole different atmosphere he's never even been in before, and that absolutely affects you. So it's not
You
just
miss.
about the time. Why do you
You
think
miss.
Devin over there so early?
You miss. Big Dog Willie's super chat.
Oh, I did. Let me see. Uh, Big Dog Willie with the $5 in the super chat. He says, "I'm so sad that Tank messed up the Jake Paul fight. I won't see jump off the top rope, flying close line is Tank finishing move. No steel chair." Shout out to Big Dog Willie. And so, I mean, are we done with the whole Tank story now? Like, I feel like everybody just stopped talking about it all of a sudden.
I think people. I'm gonna be quiet.
I think that well us, because I think everybody on this panel, ladies, I think we're all Tank fans, but we're boxing fans first, so we know how to conduct a whole live stream and talk about boxing overall, and we don't have to bring up Tank. And I think that the people who claim the people who hate Tank, right, are more obsessed with him than we are, and I think today proves it. Because if you notice, we haven't mentioned them. We talk about, like, I mean, not saying that he's not a topic, but like we can talk it under the table, but like we can move on from it. But there are some people who their entire persona, bills, life depends on talking about them, and ours don't. So, it is what it is. So let them do what they gotta do. This. I think this the ladies' night is for real boxing. So we can talk about Tank. We cannot talk about Tank. They can't.
So somebody told me, Key, that this picture of Devin was AI. But I'm looking and like seriously, Devin, he look in shape before his fights, but I've never seen Devin look like this. It's crazy. Like, look at his arm. Look how how you say it, vascular he looks.
I would say again. I only seen it when it was in Discord. I would say if this is AI, I need your number so that you can help me with enhancing my pictures for my social media. Like, you know what I'm saying, when I'm doing my little cover art and everything. Like, but I will say I have seen him in the gym. He's taking this fight very, very seriously. They taking it so serious that Bill has been absolutely quiet during this build up. And
Too
I like that.
quiet though.
I like it though. I
I
like
don't
that it's
like it,
been
Key. I don't like it, Key.
I like it because at least that lets me know that we're not gonna get a Ramirez dud. And I think that the way that this is shaping up, it won't be. You know what I'm saying, with him and Ramirez. Is it I'm hoping that it's entertaining. I really, really hope that
But
it's
why is
entertaining.
Bill hiding, Key?
I don't think he's hiding. I think that I mean, okay, put it like this, 2 cents and Jupe and chat. Think about it from a culmination of things, right? That situation happened between him and Ryan Garcia. He sued for all kind of stuff from battery to everything, right? And that really put him in a negative view in the fans' eyes. We can't lie about that. People were clowning him for months, okay? In fact, in boxing, in the boxing world, 420 is now synonymous to some certain boxing fans of what happened last year, right? And so now with everything that went on, he gets with a new team, including Nate from Chicago. Shout out to him, and Mikey Bay or Mikey B, however you say his name. I always call him Mickey Bay.
Mickey
And
Bay
so
Minnie.
yeah, so he gets with him and Shane Mosley Sr. And this is supposed to be the best, da 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 da. All this build up, and then he goes and lays an egg with Ramirez. But what saved him, the credit to him, is that Rolly upset the apple card. Rolly upset the algorithm by defeating Ryan Garcia. And so now he has this momentum going on, this slight momentum behind him, and this is a tall task because, at first, who would have thought? Well, now we know from previous interviews that Brian Norman and Devin had already been in talks before the Ramirez fight. But now, but this is a great step up, right? And so for me, if anybody has more weighing on them, is Devin. And so I understand why Bill is quiet because this whole hoopla that was made within the past year. Devin just came out and said that he dropped the lawsuit against Ryan. He's been doing face offs with Ryan Garcia. Just one about 2 months ago, that we all saw. So I think that he's trying to get back. I think they know that this is like um a winner takes all type of thing. You understand? Like think about it. Like, and I've said this before. We know that Canelo is on his way out, right? We all kind of know that Canelo will probably be done within the next year and a half, right? After he comes back next year in May. So we need that new Hispanic boxing star, whether that be David Benavidez, Bam Rodriguez, whoever. We need that quintessential star, right? Then with the black fighters, AJ got put down. Tank is having a hell of a year already as far as engulfed in controversy. Spence is not, we don't know what's going on with Spence. Now it's looking like he won't be back until 2026, if at all. Jamel Charlo is trying to get his foot in the door. We could do something with Boots. That's why I think that Boots fight with Vergil in a different state, such as a Texas, will make enough sense because they can catapult Boots. But basically, we need that black star, right? We got the Asian on lock. We got anyway. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our Asians out there. But we need the basically the baton passers. Who are they gonna the baton holders? Who are they gonna pass the batons to? Right? And for me, with this whole Devin versus Brian Norman, in a bigger scheme of things, And with all the culmination of everything that's been going on with Devin, from the Quinn Randall fight with Brian Norman Jr., what he's worked himself from, that one. Then he has Santillion, which he was like the a negative 1,200 underdog and came and upset Giovanni, and then he beat up somebody else, and then he beat up this last Asian dude, which a lot of people thought the Asian dude was going to win when he went over to Japan. Both of them are in prime position to be that person at 147 outside of the Rollies and the Mario Barrios. The reason why I'm saying that, because everybody knows Rolly, and Mario Barrios had a successful fight with, he had two back-to-back successful fights, one on the Jake Paul undercard and the other one on with Manny Pacquiao. Whether you feel as though he lost or whatever the case may be, Mario Barrios got a name out there. You understand? So for 147, one of these fighters can take over that whole division, or at least rival with the Rolly, with the Mario Barrios, be put in that position to be that black face of boxing, to have their name up there, to have the endorsements, to have all that stuff come in. And that's being in prime position. So, but the person I believe that has the most heat on them would be Devin Haney, because we've seen Brian Norman within the past year redeem himself, year and a half, redeem himself from that Quinn Randall fight. Devin, he's had a tough, he's another one. From the lawsuits with Ryan Garcia to the allegations put forward by his child's mother, and with the lawsuit with his child's mother. He's another one that's having a tough go around too. So this will be that catapult. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, if whoever loses this fight is gonna be is gonna be a minute for them to get that footing back, to be up there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the clownery is gonna be crazy. If Brian loses this fight, it's gonna be, dang, you let a dude from 135, a 135 fighter, come up there and beat you, and
They know damn
you
well Devin ain't no 135
but
fighter.
no, but I'm saying though, like, he came from there, then went to 140 for what, one or two fights, and then just had to laid a dud. He laid a dud with Ramirez, and then he beats Brian Norman Jr. Oh my God. And then if Brian beats Devin, it would be, oh my God, he just beat a former undisputed. Like, it's so crazy how they can spam both of them. So I'm happy that Bill Nim is quiet and is focused, because I think they know that this is kind of like a do or die for them right now.
I think it's more so quote unquote do or die for Devin, because I think if Devin loses, and it's also depending on how he looks, but the sentiment will be like he's done, like Ryan finished him. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't even think Devin has to necessarily win per se, but he has to put on a great performance. He has to win like maybe a controversy, or lose maybe with in a controversial decision type of situation. But if he get knocked out, or even if he put up a good fight until he gets knocked out, I think that as long as we can see Devin is back somehow, even if he loses, I think that could possibly be a win for him.
I agree. I agree. I agree with you like 100%. I think that Devin, even though like there's some pressure on him, it is. I think he has a slightly lower bar because his last two performances weren't great. He got beat by Ryan, and then he fought. I mean, he beat Ramirez, right? I think he won almost every round, but he didn't look good. Like, I think like Ramirez is kind of shot. So if he shows any fight, like if he looks good, even if he loses, if he looks good, I think he'll be fine. And that will make that, and so that rematch with Ryan will still be viable, right? I think that rematch with Ryan will be viable. Now, if he goes in there and gets knocked out, whatever, then people are gonna be like, "Oh, Ryan," and not saying they should say that, but they might say, "Oh, well, that just I understand why Ryan caught him." Especially, like, it just depends how he performs. I feel when it comes to Brian Norman, Brian Norman is a champion at 147, and he's been trying to show that he's that guy. He's looked good. So to me, it's actually more pressure on him because you're the man who has to fight someone coming up, even though it's not really coming up. Well, he fought like Devin fought a catch weight. You're fighting someone coming up who's actually bigger than you, and that's what's happening now more in the sport than we've ever seen previously.
Yep.
This is a thing we're not talking about.
Welcome to the Bud Crawford era.
What we're seeing in the sport is people moving up and they're bigger than you. Like that's what's crazy. Like it's so rampant now. Cause I mean, and I remember this. I don't even want to say it's the Bud Crawford. Like I saw it. Like okay, like people like Tank Floyd Roach, and he was small. He was bigger. But not only that, when Devin moved up to fight Regis, big
Regis.
And it's not just him. I've seen I think I've seen and I like him, but what's his name? Oh my goodness, he's from Texas, little Mexican guy.
Bam.
He's on the same card as Benavidez in
Bam
yards.
Rodriguez.
Bam, yes. Bam. You're seeing people move up and having the size advantage, which is something we didn't see in previous years. Like this is some weird stuff happening, right?
Right.
So the problem that Brian's about to face, and I can't say without I can't say with certainty that Devin's gonna be bigger, but I'm just looking at their build, and they're like looking how sculpted Devin is. I think he's gonna be the bigger man, and also I know if you are coming in 165, if you were coming in 160 plus, when you're fighting 135, I can only imagine what you're gonna be if you get the win at 147. If you are he's probably gonna be like.
You think he's gonna go up more, even more past like maybe 170? Like he can't get too big.
Yes.
Well, I mean, at 135 or 140, we know he came in at 168. So yeah.
Right. Yes, he's about to be. If you were cutting to 135 and you were at super middleweight levels, he's about to be. Yes. He's about to come in.
Come on, because Julie still got to be able to move. Because think about it. He's saying 165. Well, he about to come in there 180, 185? No way.
Easily.
Hell no.
I think that's what I'm saying. And that's the whole point of cutting weight. Because if that's what you walk around at, you're more comfortable. Or even if you're like still in shape, it's all about what weight you're in shape in. Devin is longer. He can take that weight. It's not unnatural for a man at Devin's height and weight to be 185. If you are cutting down, if you were able to rehydrate in 24 hours, so 165 when you are cutting to 135, you think he's going to only hydrate to 165 now? No, he's going to rehydrate way beyond that. Like, I think he's going to rehydrate I won't be surprised if he's 175, 180. I got to get because now he's older. He's older now.
That is insane now.
It is insane. It is. But and then, okay, I want y'all to go back and look at some old middleweight fights and look at their dimensions, their height, reaches, and all that. And what they're comparable to now. Like it's a different world. I'm telling you, these guys are bigger than like they used to be. I mean, there's a few outliers. Like Sugar Ray Leonard to me was a big welterweight, right? You have a few outliers, but yeah, I don't think so. Do you think he's gonna be 165 the day of the fight?
So, but let me ask y'all this: do y'all think who's bigger, Devin or Brian? Because I swear when I seen them do the face off, I felt like Devin was bigger. But
Devin
people keep saying Brian. But people are saying Brian Norman has all the physical advantages, and I'm like,
they're saying
no, he doesn't.
Right, but think about it. Okay, like this. Basically, they're using the old right. Traditionally, yes, he should because you're fighting someone moving up. But that has changed within the last 15 years because, okay, Brian Norman Jr., how many times have you seen Brian Norman fight and he's like the bigger, like way bigger than everybody? Think about his last 3 or 4 fights. When has he been like had a huge size reach advantage?
I don't
You
think I've
talking about,
seen
you
it.
said for Devin or Brian?
For Brian.
Well, I
When
remember,
has he
okay,
seen him
so
have a
this is,
huge advantage?
but this is what I haven't, well, okay. Shit.
Right. Right. He
But I will
hasn't.
say this, if you make it rough, and this is one of the things I've always said when I first heard about this fight. If Devin makes it rough, if you go back and look at the Brian Norman Jr.
Oh,
fight against Quentin Randall, no, go back and look at that. Brian has a habit, if he can't create the distance, he smothers his punches.
I agree.
His
I
Quentin
agree.
Randall,
And that's what I'm saying. My question isn't about skill. My question is, when have you seen Brian Norman Jr. have a fight with a like a decent size, reach, height advantage?
you saying
Giovanni Santillan. Giovanni Santillan.
So he had a huge like. What was the advantage?
No, oh, you're talking about if Brian had an advantage over that fighter. No,
Right.
he's always fought guys that were bigger than him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's a smaller guy. He's never in his career had a fight, been fighting like on average people who are bigger than him. I'm
mm,
sorry. I'm sorry. Wait. He hasn't on average he's on average has not been a situation where he's bigger than everybody. He's either the same size or he's smaller. That's not Devin's reality. Devin has only
yeah,
had one fight where the person was comparable to his size. Everyone else has been smaller. Everyone.
yep,
And in this case, it's
yep.
going to be the same thing.
Brian gonna be smaller.
Yes, he is because he's fighting. That's what we're saying. Like, oh, but this is what I'm saying. I'm destroying the argument of that. Oh well, Brian's been fighting at 147 longer. Yes, and he's fighting traditional like real deal 147 pounders, and he's still the smaller man, right?
You know,
Hmm.
see, yeah, that's true. That's true, but I mean, then
Every
there's always
weight Devin
then
goes to.
there's always the age old question. But who did he fight?
And I do think that's what I'm saying. I think Devin has some like that's why I say when it comes to the physical advantages. No, it's Devin. It's the same. No, and that's why I say this weight thing changed. Like I don't even though I rooted for. I'm happy like I rooted for Bud. I'm happy Bud won because I was tired of Canelo and his years. But the difference is that we were like, okay, he's moving up, right? But who had all the physical advantages in the fight between Canelo and Bud? It was Bud.
Right.
Bud said it. He said that's why he won't fight Benavidez. He said, I have these physical. He did say it. People can gauge. Like you can move up. It's a different world. There's a time when you moved up, you kind of had a disadvantage physically. That's not what it is anymore. Because
Yep.
the traditional middleweights, welterweights, like who would have been a traditional welterweight then are lightweights now.
Oh wow.
Because they can now change because the weigh-in they can move it around. It's all these little loopholes they found because if a rule stands for long enough, people can find ways to manipulate it. And so that's why like look up let's say who even Hagler. Look up his dimensions and see who he's comparable to today.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Like these guys are huge. It's only a few people fighting comfortably.
In their weight class.
Yes. So like so even though like they moved up and but that's why I don't take the whole I moved up and fought someone as much. I don't give as much as credit as I would have in previous years because you are a giant already. Like
So you're saying that that whole move up thing is not the sauce that it used to be because these fighters are already bigger for the smaller weight class that they're in, and then they're picking and choosing kind of like, okay, let me move up, but let me find somebody whose style is comparable that I could most likely beat.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I would say it depends on the person because I can't say. And again, height don't fight, right? Like height don't fight. I get all that, and I'm not saying this in every case, but it does change. Okay, it's like for example, Marvin Hagler had his reach was 75 inches. He's one of the greatest middleweights known to man. That's what a welterweight is today.
What?
He was fighting a middleweight. He was 5'10". His build is what Devin is today.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying is that he was 5'9", 75, 74. He had a little longer reach. And so now imagine if Hagler got to start at 135 and get belts and had a weigh in a little bit, like he got to weigh in like a 24 to 36 hours ahead. Like you get to kind of change the weigh in a little bit so you can, it's just different. It's not the same. And Hagler, I agree, like Hagler is the greatest middleweight of all time. But in today's era, he could have been fighting in lightweight. And then he can say, oh, I'm a 3-4 division champion. And then he can finally get to his real weight. Get good fights. That's all I'm saying. There's very few
they don't want to critically think about it like that, Juke. They just want to be like, oh, he moved up.
Right. And you have some guys with shorter reaches, like I get like shorter reaches, longer reaches. So for example, like Floyd has an abnormally longer reach. So does Bud. Certain people have those advantages. But I'm just saying, you also didn't see, like, the only person who was like an anomaly during that time was Tommy. Right? Because Tommy was just lanky and skinny as I don't know what. But that's all I'm saying is that, like, I'm not saying that I'm discrediting it, but people, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that Devin don't get credit. He absolutely gets credit. I think that's why I think he's going to be stronger. I'm anticipating. I hope he is. If he's not, I don't know what to say. If he's not, but Devin has. I think he's going to look his best. I think the bigger. I've been saying. I've always thought that his problem with power, to me, has been the fact that he has sacrificed the power for the sake of being able to keep people at the end of that jab and having that reach, because he's been the bigger man. And if you can, you can make it. But the rules of weigh-ins and all that has gotten loosey-goosey over the years. And I'm not saying
I just don't think he got no power though. Like maybe he'll be more powerful going up. But I mean, if he start going out there knocking people out, I'm still gonna kind of be like, what? Because it's like,
no, you're right. I don't expect Devin to go out just knocking people out and all that. Now, if you do that, right? But you expect like somebody to suddenly get power out the blue. That's strange. No, that's strange. But like I will kind of look sideways at that. But I just expect him to be a little stronger because he doesn't have to cut the weight. And he, like, for example, he didn't need the power at 135 and 140. He could just keep it in that jab, bam, bam. He didn't need the power. So he can sacrifice it. If you got the, you know what I'm saying? You don't, because also if you have the longer reach and you're the bigger guy, you don't have to take certain risk that a shorter, smaller man has to take. You don't have to take those risks. Like somebody like Tank has to take a lot of risk because he's little. You got to, or you ain't gonna get what you gotta get.
well, this is a good fight, and then ain't nobody making excuses for Brian. What do y'all be talking about? Say this, and then we're gonna go around and give our final 2 cents. Great show tonight, ladies. Thank you for joining me. Friday night, ladies' night. Fellas, if y'all go through these YouTube streams and y'all see other ladies in the chat, please invite them to Friday night, ladies' night. Drop them a link. Tell them to come sub to the channel. Tell them come meet you in the chat over on 2 cents on Friday night. Gotta lay the Mac down. Get them over here, fellas. But I think this is an exciting fight. The fans are pretty much split on this fight. It's not this person is gonna win or it's gonna be a wash or anything like that. I don't think anybody really feels like that. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. Hopefully, if Devin Haney This is my caveat. If Devin Haney is okay mentally, because the last fight left us with a huge question mark. We know physically he's fine. We see him running around for 12 rounds. His conditioning good. His legs work physically. Devin is fine. But how is his mental? You heard Shane Mosley say Devin looked excellent in sparring. He was had the pop on it. He was doing this and doing that. And Shane Mosley said he was so upset when Devin got in the ring and performed like that because that's not what he had been looking like in sparring. Now, I don't know how true that is. That's just what he said. So I took that information and I'm thinking, okay, so is Devin okay mentally? Because if I'm using Shane Mosley's reference when he said what he said, Devin should have a good chance of winning this fight. But if he is not okay mentally, if Brian Norman has to force Devin to make adjustments, if Devin feels the power and he goes into retreat mode, it will be a long night for Devin Haney. And that's the truth. The fight can go either it can go either way. So I'm looking forward to the fight. We got another fight tomorrow. Vergil versus Lubin. Another fight a lot of people feel could go either way. I think a lot of people are leaning, majority of people are leaning more towards Vergil. But Lubin do got a lot of people that's pulling for him and saying that he's going to be able to beat Vergil Ortiz. And if Lubin beats Vergil Ortiz, is that one of the biggest upsets of the year?
Um,
Of the year?
I got to look at the odds because I think so far it still belongs to Rolly. So I got to look at the odds though.
No, I agree. I don't even gotta look at the odds. Let me tell you why. Nah. I would say no. So yeah, I mean, it depends on how. Well, let me reverse course on that. It depends on how you gauge biggest upset. Some people go by the odds. Some people go by other factors. In my opinion, I think Rolly has that distinction. I do look at the odds, but it's Vegas or whatever. I personally feel like with 154, it's just, and I feel like it will be an upset, but not as big, just because to me 154 has so many skilled fighters and they're more comparable. Now Rolly, I always thought Rolly was skilled. It's just that the public trashed him, and like I don't feel like Lubin's being trashed as much. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are like Rolly was, oh, he's trash, he's trash, he's never. And I'm saying when like Rolly puts his mind to it, he can do what he do. I'm sorry, skillfully, Rolly cooked on that. I'm sorry, we ain't giving that man no credit. He cooked on that. Like, so I would say it's still Rolly. And who else? Is there any other upsets this year so far?
There's been tonight was one. I think Nicholas Flores was the favorite to win, and Tiger just cooked
I'm
him.
supposed to look that up. I didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, he got. Oh my God, that poor baby. I bet you that baby, his head's still spinning. You know how you go out, you drink a little too much, and you lay down, and you feel like you're just spinning.
Yes.
Right? Guarantee you
That
that's
make it worse when you close your eyes.
You close your eyes, you wake up like you're on a roller coaster. That's what that
Yes.
baby is doing right now. I guarantee you. So I mean, I think it'll be an upset. To some, you know what? To some it may. To me, it won't. I'll leave it at that.
Wait, what? Somebody said Turkey know Devin is gonna lose. That's why that fight is like the third or fourth fight from the main card. That's cold. That's
You
cold.
know, it's a co-main, right? No, did they get moved in a co-main position?
I thought it was the co-main. I thought it like, come on, Cardenas. You trolling or you serious, Cardenas? Okay, I'm gonna flip through some of y'all comments. For Devin to be this so-called great jabber, he does not hook off the jab, which is crazy. Um, Tony Review says after party on my channel. I'm going to go live in 2 minutes. LOL. All right, y'all head over to Tony Reviews when we hop off of here and shout out Mr. Greg in the building. This is mostly true. Look, just that B Hop who stayed at middleweight before he went to where he belonged at to light heavyweight, or the great Sugar Ray Robinson, who was great at welterweight, middleweight, but was faltering in light heavyweight. Yep, yep. Jude, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
So what's my final 2 cents? I agree with what Mr. Greg said. Like sometimes you find your sweet spot in certain divisions, and I'm not saying you can't be good. When I say you have like a division that's just more natural to you, it doesn't mean you can't be good in other divisions. I think Devin's a good fighter. Like a lot of fighters are good fighters. Same thing he said about Sugar, like everyone, right? Roy, everybody. It's just that it's all about age, timing. It's so many different factors, and some people find their sweet spots. Hagler, for example, just so happened to know his sweet spot and was able to maintain it for a long period of time. And so Hagler is still one of the greatest. To me, he's the greatest middleweight that ever lived. And some people have this whole, oh, he didn't jump divisions. You don't have to. To me, defending your status over years and years and years of the same division, to me, is just as maybe more impactful because you got to fight all your mandatories, right? So you don't know what you don't get to pick and choose, and that's why I respect Hagler's record, because with now you can like pick and choose and all. No, anybody who coming up through the gates, they got to get through you. So you gonna fight whatever style's coming up. So, but when it comes to Devin versus Brian Norman, I really like this fight, and I think that Devin has the opportunity to really like turn things around, erase that Ryan crap, and maybe even rematch him later. But you're fighting someone who's powerful, who's strong. You really can rewrite that and really like put on. And I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he at least at very minimum looks good. Even win, lose, or draw, as long as he look good, he's good, right? So I'm eager to see that. Brian Norman can make himself a star and like really cement himself with this fight too. So to me, it's like, if I was concerned with this fight, to me it's win-win. I just hope that it's competitive and no one just gets like destroyed, right? It's just my opinion. When it comes to this whole new allegations with Dana, I just think that it just highlights how people are kind of they have this whole integrity act when it's people they don't like, but they have no integrity in any other situation. Because if you get accused of looking at someone the wrong way and they don't like you, it's 24/7 news coverage. But now you have this huge FBI, a federal investigation of fixing fights, and that's crazy. Like, we keep talking about how we want I remember when people thought that the commission made a wrong choice. We're gonna call the commission. We're gonna do all this, and now you have. Remember, we're gonna call and we're gonna, we're the freedom fighters for boxing. Oh my God, we have to fight this. And people went from that to So you're about to have a situation where someone can fix a fight any given moment. You got nothing to say. But with an allegation, it's like, oh, yeah, it's just crazy, and it just shows how performative all that crying was.
It shows that it's propaganda.
Yeah, it's propaganda. Like, you're just hardwired to have all this crybaby crap. And I'm not saying that like it's not legit, like, because I think we should speak up for any injustice. But you don't care about injustice. You just care about it if it meets your narrative and need at the moment. And so the fact that he's having he's being like, this man has been sued for I don't know how many years by every person he's worked with. Now there's a federal investigation and what they call fixing fights. So imagine your favorite fighter goes to fight. Like, it's insane. Like, you don't you're literally rooting for the fall of the sport because you want to win an argument online. It's just sad. Turkey out sheep been quiet. I don't know where that man went, but fine. And by the way, yeah, and that link I put in the private chat, that was because earlier, I saw comments. I had was talking about how like people kept choosing Dana White and the drop and decline in UFC, and everyone was like, "Oh no, it's not. You're lying. You're making things up. You're making things up." Well, that's a chart showing you the decline in pay-per-views in UFC since 2018, which that today would be 7 years. So fine, So I come with stats and facts. That's why I provided that link. Um, but whatever, right? So that was earlier. That's why I posted it because I'm not just saying it. It's true. There was and as my dad, who I talk about UFC all the time, he's like, "Oh, baby girl, come watch this fight with me." Come, we haven't had that conversation in a while. Where he invited me to come watch no fight ever. I see the drop in his anticipation, his excitement in events
Yep.
because that man's being sued to smithereens in one genre, and you're letting him take it. Like that's like me. Imagine you get handed, hey, you have this $1 billion corporation and now it's worth nothing, and you say, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you another $1 billion company so you can do the same thing. It's like, are you slow? So that's all I had to say on that.
All right.
And when it comes, lastly, when it comes to the whole Tank thing, people got to talk about Tank. I saw the comments where people like, oh, y'all want to talk about Tank? I figured like the Tank conversation been done. The fight is not happening. Do I feel badly for it? No, because I didn't like the fight in the first place. I feel like it wasn't meant to be, so it's not going to be. Do I feel bad? No. I feel bad for the undercard more than anything. A win's a win. I didn't like the fight. Now, do I think they uh, made the right decision? I don't know because they had a very short amount of time to make the decision considering the allegations, and I know whether he can get a court date and all that. So that gets a little gray. But considering the fact that uh, uh, um, he has his own allegations, and the fact that you just fought someone who's convicted of a certain thing, it does seem a little premature. But either way, to me, it's not worth it for me to argue about. I want Tank to think about what he's done, whether he did it or not. Whether he did it or not, I want him to rethink about the choices he's making, who he's aligning himself with, who he's involved with, and make better choices. I think he'll make that money back over time. He'll be fine. Again, I'm not about to be stressed and crying about millionaires. This man, you're good. But I will just say, but I do like to point out that us ladies carried a whole entire conversation all night, not mentioning that little short man. By the way, it's his birthday, so happy birthday to the champ, Tank Davis.
Oh, happy birthday, Javante Tank. Birthday.
Absolutely, yeah, it's his birthday, so shout out to him. Hope he's spending it, but it's not that deep. I hope he's spending it with some reflection, young man. Stop stressing people out and get on the right track. But again, I was a boxing fan decades before I knew that man existed. So it is what it is. So I just hope that all works out well for him. And as Shakur knows, like I know, he needs to go ahead and lock down that T.O. fight because we know how somebody likes to steal opponents. And I'm gonna end it.
Man, if him and Theo ain't signed that fight, well, no, they not fighting.
He better lock that down. I'm telling you, that man been very PBC friendly. We keep listen, Shakur. Don't mess. Don't fa. Look, do what you gotta do. Lock that down before someone else snatch it. Now that they available, hint hint. And that's all I got, ladies. It was a good night
Right.
with y'all.
Shout out to Jew Key with the T. What is your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Clarissa, hold your head, girl. Very proud of you. Continue to do your thing. Make sure you keep your eyes open, okay? If you're gonna have your everything else open, make sure you have your eyes and your ears open. Listen to your tuition. But I'm very proud of you, Queen. Shout out to Lubin and Vergil Ortiz tomorrow. Whoever wins, let the best man win. I feel as though whoever wins this fight will be catapulted into that superstardom of 154. And I think it'll come down to footwork tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if a body shot will be the tail end of it. Um, to determine the winner. And I wouldn't be surprised if Virgil started bleeding tomorrow. I'm just saying it like that. I just think that we're gonna see Virgil give his all. That doesn't mean he's gonna lose, but I think Virgil know what time it is. Also, as it pertains to the Dana White situation, man, I'm a say it, even though I don't like Dana White, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. I just think that there's a lot going on in the situation, a lot of things connected. The things I've been seeing with these timelines, I know I'm not crazy. I've been keeping track of it all. And somebody needs to put an APB alert out on Turkey because we don't know where he is. As it pertains to Brian and Devin, that's another fight I think is going to come down to footwork and also punches in between, counter punching. That will tell me who's going to win that fight. I'll be able to know by the first or the second round. But I don't think neither one of them is coming to lay down in that fight because I think they know what time it is. But if Devin gets to being on his bicycle early, then we know what time it is for Devin. And if Brian is unable to effectively cut off the ring and smother his punches, then we already know Devin for UD. Um, and as far as Tank go, can't wait for the truth to officially come out. This, out of all his cases that he's had with his child's mother, with their back and forth situation, this has been one of the quieter cases that has surrounded his name. And that lets me know that something is really, more deeper. If a lot of people don't know, you could look this up. The Canelo and Bud card was not going to be on Netflix at first because word on the curb was that Turkey was very disrespectful to one of the female execs at Netflix. So the point that I'm bringing up is if they've already worked with Jake Paul, who has had allegations as short as 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, or 4 years ago. They've already worked with Mike Tyson and they've had to work with Turkey. And if you guys don't believe that story, then just look up what they've done to journalists and women. There was a lot of female boxers that was wanting to fight on the Turkey card before he started allowing one or two in all his cards so far of the past 2 years, and not to mention the WWE and golf that organization that he's involved with has fumbled, but yet Netflix have still given them a platform. So if that wasn't enough for what their names and their backgrounds was bringing, I just don't understand how a civil suit would be enough to stop the Tank versus Jake Paul fight. So I think something is amiss. And I'm praying that everything is revealed. And again, if he did do it, then he should be in jail. But it's a lot going on with that case. And to
What's
be honest with
T?
hmm,
What's T?
I mean, just he has the temporary restraining order case coming court coming up this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm,
He's yeah. But from my understanding, she's using an incident that happened in August, but which was kind of interesting to me because if she's claiming kidnapping on this charge, that one that
October.
happened in October exactly, then why reference something from August is really interesting. And then the minimum amount so far is 50K, and there's still no criminal charges filed. And this is the biggest club in that area, or I guess in the world. I've never been. So, and I'm hearing, like I
Is there a
said, since
lawsuit
it's
against the club?
no, nope, I haven't heard anything about a lawsuit against the club. And I'm hearing that Tank is denying all allegations. So this is gonna be interesting. A lot of people are upset that he's
He
quiet.
denying all allegations?
That's
Like
that's
there's
all
no
I
truth
heard.
to it?
I
That's
feel
what
you.
I heard. It wasn't like
Question.
that,
I know
but
I gave my 2 cents, but I have a question because I haven't got a chance to comb through a thing. Okay, this is a confusing thing. So on average, I tend to believe victims, right? So this is so I don't even know what to think of the situation. But I remember I was talking in the chat the other day, and Tuesday told me, I said, okay, we're looking for this video because normally, like, I just know that, like, the minute that video came out of him just yanking his baby mother up, whatever, the state stopped files charges, right? He didn't even strike
Yes.
her, but he yanked her up, which was still disrespectful, and to me, he deserved those charges, right? So my thing is that if that happens and there's a video, that should, and then that should, like, the state should, intervene. But then I heard that, oh, it's because it was in a private room and they had no camera. But then
Well, there's.
they also alleged that he messaged her threatening her. So my question was, in Florida, if someone threatens you, can the state intervene criminally then? But I think Tucson, you were telling me, like, I thought it was like a text message, but they said it was on paper. It's like
Didn't they say? Didn't that? Wait, who was here in the chat when I read that lawsuit? Because I can't pull it up because I'm on my tablet. But didn't they say that there was a handwritten note that Tank had wrote a handwritten note? Right now, kill you. I'll kill you. I believe it was a handwritten note, you. Because I think I was making fun of it. Like who was handwriting a note?
I mean, and I say that's not impossible, but like I would think, even if he, and I'm not denying it.
I think it for sure said it in that article, the ESPN, the article that came out about it, about him writing a handwritten note.
And maybe it's not. I'm just thinking to myself, I just thought that, like, if you have a lawsuit against someone and is due to, like, battery, anything that's a criminal offense, that I heard that Florida's strict and they would jump in. So at first I didn't think none of it, but once people said that, I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. And it's been days, and unless they just gonna, like, they allow her attorneys to keep it under wraps to get him to do a plea. But I would think if it's a club, if it's a big club, I would expect there to be, just kind of like how we didn't know about the situation, the very first incident we all criticized him for, where he yanked, the mother of his child or whatever. That was bystanders filming it, right, and putting it on social media. I would just think that someone would have it. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's just so elaborate. And then kidnapping is serious. Like that's serious. I
think maybe they was trying to file it and hoping the state picks it up and go arrest him.
No, because they would have already done that because Tank has a history with Miami PD.
Right, and isn't he on probation?
Yes, in Baltimore.
I thought he's on probation in Florida. No, you're right.
Shout out to Mr. Greg with the $5 in the super chat. He says 2 cents juke tea, a great combo of intelligent talk about boxing. Shout out Mr. Greg.
Hey, Mr. Greg.
Well, I think with the whole, I think, like I said before, I've said to 2 cents personally, with the last case he had with his child's mother, and I broke that down to what happened. It didn't happen to what people were saying, and what the media was reporting. I think he was trying to fight that, but they were being uncooperative, and so they let it go. And the DA, they didn't pick it up then, I don't think. So what I believe is with this one, Tank is gonna have to see all this one all through so he can get this jacket off his back. It's time. And then moving forward, he's gonna need to know how to move. And maybe it might need, like Jupe said, it might need time to be time to have a self-reflection point. But in my opinion, Netflix ain't dropped that fight. I believe that it was Jake Paul that dropped that fight. It wouldn't make sense for them to. They still airing House of Cards, and we already know what Kevin Spacey was accused of doing. And his is way more egregious than what Tank is accused of doing. So, in abuse and violence and all of that, there's no tier to it. But again, Kevin Spacey involved underage and a lot of crazy stuff. And you can click on Netflix right now and watch how the whole seasons of House of Card. So I wholeheartedly believe that it was not Netflix. Another thing that was said was that the tickets weren't selling. That's why they canceled it. From my understanding, they had already sold at least 15,000 tickets, which left about 4,000 tickets sold, and they were still selling. And the individual from MVP, Nick, has already came out and debunked that, made fun of that comment. So that had nothing to do with it as well. I believe that what Coach Kenny said, there were some games being played in the background, and I'm hoping that the truth comes out, and that he can clear himself. Now if he is guilty, I stand by this. To hell with a civil lawsuit. Put him under the jail, let him sit down for about the rest of his time so he can think about what
Mhm.
he has done, period. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? But hey, that's all I got. It was wonderful with you, queens. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Shout out to the beautiful chat, the kings and queens that was in the chat. I thank y'all so much. Too, since I thank y'all, make sure y'all like and subscribe to that button.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you for everybody for joining me on the panel
Thank
tonight.
you.
Shout out Jupe, shout out Key with the T. Ladies Night every Friday. We here every Friday. Ladies only panel. We come up here, get that good boxing talk about the current events going on in boxing, talk about the conspiracies going on in boxing. Just great, intelligent boxing talk, common sense boxing talk. Shout out to everybody. Remember, punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out to everybody that helped support the channel, whether it was through the Cash App or you left a super chat today. And always, I appreciate everybody here just willing to spend time with me on this Friday night, talking this great boxing talk. I think I got another super chat that I missed. Did I read this one? I read that one. Shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2 and the $10 in the super chat. He says, "I love harassing the Tankomaniacs. I'll quit soon, but it was fun while it lasted." 2 Cents Boxing on Sunday. I want to talk about Shields because she getting hate because she's outspoken and a dark skinned woman. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. And so, Mr. Greg, shout out to Mr. Greg. We got to talk on Sunday about Shields, Mr. Greg. She got the bag. She got her $8 million deal, Mr. Greg, but we got some questions and we need answers. Shout out Manager Marty. Shout out Manager Marty. H Money in the building. What up, H Money? What you mean what happened to your nigga Tank? What you mean? That ain't my nigga. I don't know what happened to him. That's what we trying to see what happened. We trying to wait and figure it out. Key with the T said he denied all allegations. He saying he ain't do none of it. Allegedly. Word on the street. So we just gonna have to wait it out and see what happens. Um, Tank got swole for that fight too. What he about to do now? That whole situation was just crazy, y'all. If nothing comes out of it, I don't know. People just gonna move on and just be like, oh well, and just not act like everybody acted like they acted and call that man names. And this story is completely fabricated. I'm just curious what they gonna do. And then when the next time somebody try to lie, they gonna be like, oh, he has a history. And at that point, it's like he has a history of being people lying, as far as we know. As far as we know. But I hope everybody enjoyed today's conversation. I'll be live again Sunday at 5 p.m. I might go live for the fight. Just do a little fight, little watch party. And I know real live, when I do like a fight, like watch party, so to speak, we just come on here. I open up the panel. We all kick it. Talk boxing is not a show. And I'm not trying to keep people entertained. We all There go Mr. Greg with the questions. Y'all gotta jot this one down. Key with the T. I wonder, did Jake have this card insured? Ooh, that's a good question, Mr. Greg. And what does that entail exactly if you have your card insured for a fight? I'm curious to know. That's good, Mr. Greg. We're gonna have to look that up. But listen, If you don't want your host all in the videos, kicking you out the chat, timing you out, leaving you in the background, muting you on the panel when you trying to talk, come on over to Two Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.